Moon Games. Check out their products at shop-black-moon.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Today we've got another actual play. This time it's an exclusive from Alex Aguila. We've got Dead Sea, and I'm going to let you all know that once this actual play is over, there's a link in the description of this video that you'll be able to go to victoryconditiongaming.com and download this scenario so you can play it for yourself and for your group. I'm really excited. We're collaborating with some amazing people yet again. You've seen most of them from you saw all of them on our last Alien actual play, and of course joining us for game mothering this session is one half of the Effect Podcast, the one and only Dave. Thanks so much for coming on and doing some game mothering of us.
Always a pleasure. Delighted to be here. Thanks.
Yeah. And now I heard that you also helped a little bit with putting the final touches on this scenario with Alex.
Yeah, so there's a few bits and bobs, some suggestions of mine in there. Not so much, but a few bits. So yeah, it's a great scenario, and hopefully my little additions have made it just a tiny little bit better. But it's great in the first place.
All right, let's bring everybody on, and we'll get cracking. Everyone, thank you so much for coming back on. I'm excited for this. At this point, I'm just gonna throw it over to Dave. And Dave, it's your show, my friend.
Excellent. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming back, and welcome to everybody who's watching at the moment. So let's get straight on with it, shall we? What's the story, Mother? Along the outer rim lies the system GJ1187, home to the planet Voda, a complete water world claimed by the Union of Progressive Peoples. There's no life left on Voda, but previously it had been bountiful. As a result, the planet held reserves of high-grade oil under the surface, 9 miles below the waves. With the help of the Sigson Corporation, the UPP constructed the Novotny-class deep-sea mining station. The design and the first station to be commissioned are named after Pietro Novotny, the engineer genius who helped Sigson with the drill design, but who died in a terrible accident just days before Novotny was opened. Now, a century later, the planet is under the care of the UPP military and has been virtually exhausted of its once vast resources. All the other mining stations have closed down, and Novotny, while still operational, is starting to slide into dangerous disrepair. You are all here, either crew or visiting. The station is a rundown and rusty place, with safety bulkheads every 10 meters ready to slam shut at the first sign of a real hull compromise. The place resounds to hisses and drips everywhere, and the creak and groan of structures under intense pressure form the perpetual background song of the station. Equipment failures, whilst always common in a place like this, have recently become endemic. You're sure that things are being wound down, and the Novotny station's days are numbered. They've even stopped sending full supply drops from the surface, and you ran out of your favorite snack, pliushka, a sugared pastry, weeks ago. Then yesterday, disaster struck. Machine operator Marin Kirill disappeared on a routine end-of-shift seabed walk. A search was conducted, but there was no sign of him. After all this time, he must be dead. Your station supervisors on the surface have ordered everyone to remain on the station, even those of you who are due to return to the surface today, while they dispatch a military investigator to look into the accident. An hour later, Olga Kramarenko steps from the surface elevator and is greeted by a small welcoming committee. Kramarenko, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
Greetings, Torvista. I'm here to ensure that everything goes according to plan, and we research and we investigate exactly what has transpired here. Obviously, there's a lot to be done, so let's get to it. I am Olga Kramarenko. I am here on behalf of the Ministry of sorry, the Ministry of Space Security. And you will be assisting me in this task. Glory be to the UPP.
Josh, introduce yourself, please.
How did I know you were going to pick me first? I have the most difficult name. So I am Shixin Liu, but everyone just calls me Leo because it's so hard to say my name. So they've nicknamed me Leo. I've been on this rig for 25 years. It's my baby. I do everything I possibly can to keep this thing up and running. From fixing the pipes, working on the generators and everything, using duct tape, whatever I can to patch this thing together. Unfortunately, we're running out of supplies. I'm doing the best I can, but she is my baby, so be careful.
Cool. Aaron.
So I think I've got the easiest name out of everybody here. I am Diego Alvarez. I'm a UPP state company agent, but don't let that fool you. I'm really an okay guy. I was also born on a water world, and I had a pretty rough upbringing with a lack of food and resources. Pretty much a state throughout most of the UPP, so we can all sympathise with that one. Because I'm pretty decent with science, I actually managed to get into a UPP state-running cooperative working on underwater mining specialist kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm actually an okay guy. I'm a glass is half full kind of fella. So I'm always trying to look on the bright side of life.
Cool, thank you. Austin.
I'm playing Kim Pham. I'm a diving specialist and a doctor. I grew up on a landlocked farm collective, and basically living an isolated early childhood. Kind of always had my eyes on the stars and looking to travel and see new things. And I got an education in medicine and took the opportunity to work off planet with my medicinal skills, and my diving hobby turned into a profession. After arriving at Novotny Station a few years ago, I learned that most of my family, unfortunately, had passed in a farming accident. Just feeling kind of disillusioned right now with everything about the UPP, and just trying to make sense of things.
Cool, thank you. And last but not least, Doug.
I'm playing Ivan Dubov. I guess that's probably how we would explain it. I'm an underwater welder who specializes in deep sea operations. I was sentenced to hard labor for repeated violations against the state of authority for illegal gambling. After several years in a very tough labor prison, I was given the choice to either continue to serve out my sentence or agree to a decades-long contract at this underwater station. Having arrived recently, he has given the station lifers like Leo an extremely hard time, and now I'm just waiting for a chance to abandon this underwater life, which I feel is a life of servitude. And I want to kind of live my own life instead of being stuck to this one that I have right now. I was not allowed to depart with the rest of the Roughnecks due to disciplinary actions. That resulted in him having to clean the latrines in the housing area. Nice little detail on that one right there.
So it's like real life. You like to give me a hard time.
I do like to get yes, it actually is.
Not so much role playing today, then. Okay.
No,
exactly.
Right, I'm going to show you the map of the base. If this is going to work, because obviously you will know this place certainly a little bit, or at least by kind of reputation. For those who haven't been here very often, can you see the map, everybody?
The Novotny Station, marvelous.
So let me just briefly explain. The top left, the 2 rooms there, that's the old station. That was the station that was set up for the crew that were building the actual station, and that's been abandoned for quite a long time. There is still a storeroom and stuff there, but nobody ever goes there because it's been out of use for a very long time. The drilling rig on the bottom left, there are 4 drills being powered by a nuclear generator. There are large pipes that come out of the machinery that head all the way up to the surface, where the crude oil is obviously pumped. And that's pretty much autonomous. It runs itself, but obviously it needs to be maintained. Coming over onto the main base part on the right-hand side of the map, to the bottom right, you'll see the elevator. That is where you've come down. That is the elevator that leads all the way up to the facility on the surface, which is basically a staging post for crew coming down here. And that is where Kremerenko has left, and you've come through into security where you've met everybody else. Quickly, just to run through the base, the monitoring area next to security is about station monitoring. So it's maintenance and keeping an eye. It's got cameras. It keeps logs of things that happen. Kind of like a security center, really. The jogging track is actually a bilge pump area, and it can be used to pump water out of the base because the base is always getting a little bit of water coming in here and there. And that could be used to pump water out of the station. Down the bottom here, you've got the command center. That's where all the drilling operations are actually run from. 3 of the walls, the west, east, and south walls are sort of plasti steel, which are transparent, so you can see through. Not that there's very much light down here. In fact, there is none from the surface, but there are artificial lights set up around the base that do give it some illumination. But there are windows there that you can look out from and look across on the drilling rig. To the north of that, you've got the sort of filtration area that deals with, as the name suggests, sort of the environment of the base, but also that's where in the lockers you keep all your deep sea diving equipment. The deep sea diving equipment is very similar to that on the introductory picture that we saw right at the start of the show. It's very similar in look to sort of traditional old diving suits we have here on Earth, but naturally they are much tougher because they are dealing with the pressures this far down in the ocean. They do have a backup air supply, or you can take a backup air supply with you because they are actually attached by hose to the main base. And that's where you get your air. That's where you get your air. Housing area is, as the name suggests, it's and the mess hall as well. That's like a barracks style. Everybody lives in there. The chief engineer and the commander of the base, a guy called Li Qiang, have little rooms in the bottom corners, which are private to them, but everybody else just sleeps and mucks out in the main area. Coming up, you've got the food and hydroponics. Naturally, you grow your own food down here, and there's a medical bay with storage as well. On the right-hand side, there's a maintenance room where obviously the maintenance of the base is controlled and managed from. And then you've got a submarine dock, which has got a little submarine, a 2-man submarine in it called Baikal. Now, nobody's been there for ages because there's been a breach in the tunnel between this bulkhead, if you can see it, and the submarine dock. And that tunnel is now flooded. The dock itself isn't flooded. You can gain access to it through the airlock, but you have to go outside the base to do it. This tunnel here is now destroyed.
Okay.
That's pretty much the base. I don't think there's much else you need to say about it. The fellow who was who's gone missing was outside and was inspecting the drills when the incident happened. He disappeared. His hose, which was attached to the main base, had been disconnected and had been drawn back into the base so automatically. But he was long gone.
All right. What sort of job did he perform?
He was a like a maintenance engineer,
Okay.
and he was going out because so in the security area, you've also got the rest of the crew here with you. So you've got Li Qiang, who is the station supervisor. You've got the hydroponics engineer, Maria Del Campos, and another machine operator who does the same job as Kirill, the man who disappeared, called Vitaly Frenkel. You also have a working Joe. Now, he isn't in this room with you. He basically manages the mess hall and the housing and is effectively looks after the sort of domestic welfare of the crew. There is one further member of the crew, Anya Zomarova, but she's currently in the medical bay, having suffered, not quite sure what, she became ill while she was out trying to find Kirill after he disappeared.
Interesting.
I will stop sharing for the moment. Do you have any questions?
I have some in-character questions as an investigator.
Kiang says, "Well, glad you're here, Kramarenko. I mean, I say glad you're here. We've got a base to run. We've still got quotas to meet. I hope you're not going to get in the way of my crew doing their jobs."
I will try to do my best not to get I will try to do my best not to interfere with your work. That said, I am assuming that these people behind me will be accompanying me on my mission. Correct?
They're available to help you, of course.
I'm requisitioning them.
And
Excellent.
I'm more than happy to help, actually. I really want to help get to the bottom of this.
Yes, I will have questions for you.
I could solve this whole thing right now. It was Dubov. He's came here. He's a low-life criminal. He had to have something to do with it.
Dubov. Interesting. I really should actually. I'm gonna have a notebook. Give me a sec.
When you say that, Leo,
yeah, go ahead.
Del Campos, Maria Del Campos, just tuts and says he was so depressed he just killed himself. Why else? Why else would he have gone out without a backup air supply? And why else would he have disconnected his air hose? He killed himself. It's simple.
No. I really, Dubov has been sabotaging this rig. I've been going right behind him, repairing things. He's trying to bring this whole place down. He's not happy here. He hasn't been. He's been giving me a hard time, and he was the last person seen with him.
We would be off of this place if it weren't for you right now. So I blame you for this.
How are you going to blame me for keeping this place up and running?
Interesting. Perhaps I requisitioned a difficult crew.
Kiang says, well, okay, if you must have their help, then that's fine. But Frankel, and he points to the other machine operator, you've got to go outside and finish the job that Kirill was doing yesterday. We need a maintenance round of the base because the base has still got to keep going. And Frankel is like, oh. And then he said, kind of agrees and begins to. He leaves the room, going, all right, I'll go and get a suit on. Why it has to be me, I don't know. And he walks off.
We all must do our duty for the good of the people. Now, who is this woman who became ill on her expedition? And I would very much like to see the hose that was once attached to our missing person.
Yeah, Kiang says, look, she's in the med bay. The place is yours. I've got a job to do. You guys do what you want. Just don't get in the way of running the base, okay?
Very well. If he killed himself, we will at least find the body.
Well, we had a good look yesterday and didn't find the body, so...
As much as I hate to contradict my good buddy, Lou, I don't think it was Dubov. I was playing cards with him last night.
Interesting. Alibi.
I'm sorry, Lou. I know you want to get rid of the guy.
Well, I trust you.
We are not company. We are not part of the Wayland-Yutani. Crew members not expendable. Let us find this missing person, or at the very least, retrieve his body so that we can give his loved ones some solace, and so that I can get off the ship.
I'm with you on that one.
Affirmative. So,
yeah, you can take Dubov with you when you go too.
You're more than welcome to stay down here.
We shall see.
Fine.
I don't know. I've got some good money off him playing cards, so you know.
Indeed.
Okay, I'm putting the map back up again if you want it for reference. But yeah, what are you doing? What's your plan?
First off, Dubov, wow, the name just disappeared. Dubov, Fan, Leo, I've heard all of your opinions on the most likely, and Alvarez. I've heard your opinions on who is most likely responsible, and it seems that you are all rather interested in pointing at Dubov, but Dubov has an alibi with Alvarez, so we will stop working down that direction for the investigation, and let us go check on that hose if we can.
I agree.
I want to see if it was cut by knife or something else. Tell me a bit about the planet while we're on our way. Well, natural biome. There's none, correct?
All
No,
underwater.
There's no known life forms here. The planet is considered to be dead.
Excellent. So we're ruling out xenobiological life form, most likely. But the illness, that seems strange to me. We should investigate that as well.
I've been caring for Anya, and her illness is not really like anything I've seen before. At first, I thought a lot of the signs were indicative of compression sickness, but there's no way she could have contracted that down here at the station. I agree; it's going to take some investigation.
Fam, you are ship doctor?
Yes.
Affirmative. Okay. Good. Then I will have questions for you upon seeing our patient. But first, the hose, I think.
Okay, yeah, you can get to the hose. It will be retracted into the equipment in the filtration and locker room, where you can get access to it there. Now, this space is dark. It's wet. There's a constant drip of water. The humidity in it is very high. Mm-hmm. There's the constant creak and groan of the structure. It's those of you who've been down here a long time, it doesn't freak you out at all. It's fine. You're used to it. For those of you who haven't been down here before or haven't been down here very long, you're 9 miles under the surface. The pressure on this place is immense, and there's just a constant fear that the whole place is just going to crush like a can. Surely, it's quite foreboding. But yeah, you can get to the filtration room with little problem.
As the creaks are going on, I say, listen to her. She speaks.
This reminds me of my service in the commandos, not in favorable way.
Cool. Yeah. So you can go through the monitoring. As you go through monitoring, you know that there's lots of cameras that are around, on the inside and the outside of the base there. But yeah, you get through to the filtration area, and you can find the hose without too much trouble. It's been kind of unceremoniously dumped in a corner, really, but it's definitely there. And it hasn't been cut, but it does look like it's been yanked. So it hasn't been carefully disconnected. There's definitely a strain and sort of scars on the screw. What do you call it? Don't remember what it's called now. But yes, it was pulled out, or it got yanked out, or it got caught on something and was pulled out.
What is tensile strength on these? This should be impossible, or this should be difficult at least. Sorry.
Great. Another thing that we've lost now is a whole nother hose. So we're down another hose. Gosh, dang it. Dubov. Why?
What?
Why do you do this? You know the equipment is fragile. It's been down here for freaking ever.
Well, maybe if we got new equipment, or maybe we got new people down here instead of
listen.
I've
been asking the company for new equipment. I haven't seen it. we've been asking for years, and then they send this person down when somebody gets sick, and then you murder somebody. So come on, man.
I'm about to murder somebody right now.
Oh, don't you threaten me, Dubov. Don't you do it.
Whilst you're arguing, whilst you're looking at the hose,
Please.
Frankel is there, suiting up in one of these suits, getting ready to go out to finish the round that Kirill didn't complete.
Frankel, let me check your equipment before you head out. Let me make sure that Dubov didn't mess anything else up.
Yeah, make a heavy machinery roll then, Leo.
Sure thing. What are my specialties here?
I think it's an easy one, so get +1 dice.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Machinery. There it is. 3, and then you said +1. All right. All right. Looking for 6s. 1 6.
It looks perfectly functioning. Well, as good as anything down here does. It looks a bit rusty and a bit old, but it looks like it's certainly going to work.
Okay. All right, buddy. You look good.
Has it been mentioned if anybody checked the external cameras yet?
I was actually going to ask.
You don't think so? No, or at least no one's done a thorough study. No.
Would
We
there
have
be
not checked
cameras on
the
that
cameras
side?
yet.
Well, I think they were used to try and see where if they could see him outside before they went up for the rescue. But where he disappeared was actually out of camera view.
How convenient.
It makes sense. I'm
Don't
assuming
blame
that
me. Blame the writer. It's okay. Don't blame me.
So is everyone else suiting up right now too?
No, just Frankel at the moment, because Frankel's the one going out to do the job.
Okay. I think as a diving specialist, I probably would want to help check over his gear and just, kind of just make sure everything's good. And maybe while that's going on, I'll look through the any exposed gear in the rest of the lockers too, just to make sure everything looks safe and connections look tight, all that.
Yeah, that you can do that. That'll take you a few minutes, maybe a turn. But make a heavy machinery roll, and then we'll come back to you in a moment.
0 6s, and I got a single 1, but that only matters on the stress dice, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. I think I'm in trouble. I think I've pissed him off now. That's not good. So, okay. Well, I'll just get my coat and be going, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game. Get your backup GM in. Right. Yeah. So, Kim, you look at stuff over. You can't see anything obviously wrong with any of it. It looks in as good a working order as anything down here.
excellent.
And Frankel goes off towards the airlock, which is to the north. Boom, boom. These are very heavy suits.
Now, this rope. I want to like tug on it to see how easy it would be to break.
The hose.
Yeah, the hose.
But they're pretty heavy duty. They are kind of sort of steel reinforced. It's probably not even steel. It's probably something stronger than that, because they have to deal with the pressure, obviously, as well as.
Can I make a strength roll or something to see if I can break it?
You wouldn't be able to break it without a tool.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that there was some sort of aquatic mishap that occurred. This does not look like it is suicide, as was suggested. He is out there, or was, and we have to find him.
Exactly. Not suicide, Dubov.
Yes.
Hey, I think we all need to take it easy on Dubov. I mean, he's just down here to start a new life. I like to think of myself as a pretty good judge of character, and he seems like an all right guy.
Listen,
Yeah, I have my goof ups and mistakes and stuff, but I get the job done.
yeah. After I go back through and fix what you've done.
You're the
Wait,
reason why we're
wait.
all down here still.
I am not the reason why you're down here. The company is the reason why you're down here. You're down here because you're a low-life criminal and you were sentenced down here. You did that to yourself, Dubov.
Come on,
What's
he's just trying to, improve his life and get on the upturn, Lou. It's fine. It's fine.
Whilst you're arguing, you hear from sort of south of your position, from the command center, the sound of a system alarm go off. But you know that this happens all the time. Kramarenko, you might not be so used to it. But I mean, you are an experienced operator, so I'm not going to give you a point of stress for that. But yes, definitely, there's another fault alarm. There's something, and you can hear Qiang in the distance swearing in Chinese. How bad this place is.
All right, I will immediately, just not run, but just casually walk back over and say, "All right, what's going on?"
So you're talking to Qiang, are you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow up on that and walk behind. What is Leo's gender?
Male.
Okay, all the other ones I can pretty well. Actually, Kim is male too.
Female.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Qiang says, "Yeah, we've got a leak. There's a problem with the seal in the west airlock. These kind of things just keep happening all the time. It flagged after Frenkel cycled through it. So I can't open the inner airlock at the moment. We can't cycle all the water out, but we'll get it fixed."
Mm.
All right. Well, we're
another one of these bloody stupid things that just seem to happen out of the blue.
all right. If you need me, just page me. We're trying to get through all this other stuff so that we can get things back to normal around here.
Indeed.
With the hose, when you said it was physically yanked, is it possible that perhaps something heavy duty caught on it and pulled it? Like a equipment malfunction, something falling off the station, given how old and decrepit it seems to be.
That's my own theory.
It's certainly not impossible. There was no report of something sort of breaking off the drilling rigs, but the systems for reporting this kind of thing don't work half the time either. So it's quite possible that something happened and the central system didn't get a log of it automatically.
Okay. And what about any noticeable heavy currents or anything? Is there anything that could have predicted where the body would have been pushed or anything like that?
There are some currents down here this deep, but it's exceedingly rare that you'd get a strong current that would cause you any problems in your suits, because the suits are very bulky and very heavy.
I'm just thinking in terms of retrieving the corpse or anything like that. Are we still expecting it to be around here somewhere, not pushed off into the depths by?
Yeah, you've got no reason to suspect it would have been that the currency would have been strong enough to take him very far away if his body's still out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Very well. It would appear that then our missing person is somewhere on the outside of this facility, unless anything else transpired.
Well, there was a search outside yesterday that Anya was involved in, and they didn't find his body anywhere.
Has she said anything about what they did see or anything like that?
No, she seems to be a bit delirious. Fam can testify to this. She's a bit delirious. She's mumbling and she's saying some incoherent things. She's been kind of sedated to try and calm her down.
Yeah, I've been trying to get through to her, and it's been pretty fruitless.
I would like to hear from the horse's mouth itself.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, as her doctor, Kim, you can administer a counter sedative that would awaken her.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I think before anyone else goes into the room, I'll kind of make sure she's in a good state for visitors, and I'll administer the counter sedative.
Yeah, so she'll come round. she's wide-eyed. She's frightened. She's got quite a bad temperature. She's got sweat, like cold sweat all over her. She's hot and cold all at the same time, and she's like looking around, very, very agitated. But she has woken up once you've given her that sedative, the anti-sedative. Anya Zomarova. Anya Zomarova. Yeah.
Anya, comrade, please tell me a little bit about, if you can remember, what you saw out there. I'm actually gonna sit next to her on the bed and do the whole like lighting a fire routine from that one Godzilla movie in the early 2000s.
Okay, I'm still gonna make a manipulate roll though, Kremerenko.
Excellent. All right, let's see. My manipulate is. Can I make it a command roll by ordering her to tell me what she saw?
You can, but
probably manipulate.
But it'll be at -2 because she's not really amenable to being ordered around at the moment.
Okay, let me see what I got. Ooh, 2 successes on 3 dice.
She's like, I didn't see anything out there, but I could feel it. There's this. You won't believe me anyway. But the spirits are here. The Slavic spirits have followed us, and they want to take people and drown them. And she's a bit panicked in all of this. And then she sort of freezes, having kind of failed a panic roll, and is like, "Don't make me go out there again! Don't make me go out there again! They'll take us! They'll take us into the depths."
They will take us into the depths. Spirits, ghosts. What sort of feeling did you get when you encountered these spirits?
I didn't see them, but they're coming to take us for raping this planet of all its resources. We're too proudful, and we're too we don't give them enough respect. They're going to come and take us away.
Not respect. Pride. Interesting. And how did you develop this feeling? Where were you at the time? What were you doing?
I was searching for Kirill, and Frankel was with me, and I just had to get back in. And the rest of you know that she was screaming, and Frankel brought her in, and she was in this state when they got her back inside.
Do you have like an approximate location of where she was?
Yeah.
Frankel. Yeah. If I just bring the map up for a moment, I'll just screen share.
Trying to see if she was closer to any one of the structures that we know of, or any sort of external geographical feature or something.
So if you can see the map, she was down by drill 4 when she had this turn. Frankel had been going around the other side. The last time that Kirill was seen was passing from drill 4 to drill 2. And then he was never seen again, never came around as far as drill 1. And then this is where she had her panic. Frankel came back and effectively rescued her and brought her back inside into the airlock.
Was that bit on the cameras as well, or was that a bit of dead spot?
No, there are cameras working that are focused on drill 4.
I think it'd be might be interesting, Olga, to check the footage of her freak out.
I concur. We should definitely check that out. Thank you very much, comrade, for your testimony. Rest assured, we will get to the bottom of this, and I suppose pay respects to the Slavic spirits.
Kim, can you make a medical aid roll, please?
Ooh, yeah. Yes, I can. 1-6 on 8 dice.
That's enough. She's beginning to get she's beginning to, getting hypertension, and her heart rate is going up. And you think any further conversation with her at this moment is going to be very bad for her welfare.
Anya's getting very worked up. This much stress is not going to help her any further. We should probably leave her alone for the time being, anyways.
She starts sobbing into her hands on the bed and pulls her knees up, and she's like sobbing, crying, "No, don't let them take me away."
It is okay, Conrad. They will not
I'm
take
going to
it.
reach over to the table and hand her a Chewbacca plushie, and maybe re-administer a small amount of the sedative.
Yeah, you could do that. That's no problem. I do wonder what the other UPP people would think about you having a decadent United Americas Chewbacca toy on the base, but that's up to them, of course.
I mean, I'm assuming that like we get all the outdated bullshit from the West, as it were, and this is like a really second hand. Honestly, we probably make the Chewbacca plushies and sell them at a very low rate.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah.
To Wayland Yutani. This one just fell off the construction line.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so you can go to the monitoring room and see if you can check the logs for the cameras.
Excellent. That is our next step in this. Let's get this over with.
As you're heading there, again, you hear another system alarm coming from the control center. Another tirade of Qiang swearing in Chinese.
Does this happen all the time? Like
more often lately than it has been in the long run. But gosh, King's got it. You know what? We'll check on our buddy that's out there when we get to the monitoring room.
A superstitious person might say it could have something to do with her spirits.
Yeah, they've possessed Duvalve to sabotage us and the entire complex. I mean, just listen to her moan and groan. She's upset. She's pissed.
She does seem under a lot of stress. Sorry.
You can get to the monitoring station without trouble. If you're checking the cameras, I'm going to need a Comtech roll from somebody, please.
I do have a very nice Comtech of 7.
Somebody can help you. If somebody wants to help, you can get an extra.
I have 8.
Oh, well, chat. Lou it is. I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
So get an extra dice then, Lou.
Was it a max of 3 people can help?
So 9.
But in this case, a maximum of 2 because you're basically looking over a control board. And I don't think you can get 4 people around it.
Pressing that button or that button.
Yeah.
All right. 9 dice. Here we go. I got to push it.
Okay, take a point of stress.
Yep. Whoops.
It's all that trying to fix the flooding.
Okay, here we go. I got 3 6s.
Okay, that's a really good success. So after a few moments of struggling, you do pull up a lot of camera information, and the reason you've kind of become stressed is that in a few of the shots, as you're going through them, not necessarily out around the drilling rig at all, you kind of see kind of like camera anomalies. They don't look like shadows, but they almost look like shadows. But then there's very little light down there and not many shadows to be seen at the best of times. But just there's a number of them, of 5 or 6 different images that you're cycling through seem to have these weird. The best way I could describe it, it looks like the other week in your mess hall when you had movie night, you watched an old classic movie from the 20th century. Star Trek, the Search for Spock, and it looks like the shimmer on the screen of the Enterprise when there was a cloaked ship. It just looks that kind of shimmer on the CCTV. Right. Don't know what it is.
But that's strange. I've never seen it. Alvarez, have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, there's nothing here. So
It's a dead world, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. What could
you-
be causing that? Maybe it's a malfunction in the cameras.
I was about to propose that. Are you sure these cameras are fully functional?
Well, I generally take care of the inside and the structural part. I'm not really the, tech guy, but
With your 3 successes, Liu, you think this thing is working as well as it probably ever has done since you've been down here.
I mean, as far as I can tell, these are in the best working order. So
You do also cycle through to the footage of the last footage of Kirill. That footage shows him checking out drill number 2 and then moving slowly around to drill number 4, where he goes out of view. And then a few minutes later, the image of his hose flapping and coming back into view, because the hose is obviously still in view because it was attached.
So is there a picture of Duval pulling on the hose?
There's no image of Dubov. No image of anybody else. You can see you don't see an anomaly or a shadow or anything.
So he just like goes out of camera frame for a moment, and then his hose is just kind of left dangling.
It flaps back. The end of the hose flaps back into view, obviously with air pouring out of it,
right?
And it was then flapping back under the pressure of the air coming out. You also get to see the imagery of Anya. Anya just seems to go bonkers, as far as you can tell in the very grainy, very dark image that you've got. Suddenly in the suit seems to be kind of looking around and moving about in a really unusual way, a way that's actually quite difficult in these suits because they're so heavy. You do see, you think, a little anomaly in and around the image, but you can't see it do anything. It doesn't appear to go anywhere near her. And then you follow the footage as Frenkel comes around. By this point, she's kind of fallen on to her knees and is kind of like holding her helmet. And he then manages to help her up and help her back to the airlock.
Speaking of Frenkel, can we get a live picture of him? Because the concern is growing that if there is some kind of anomaly, can we get a live feed on where he is currently?
I think you absolutely can. And I'll just throw out the map just for a moment, just to point out where he is. So if you can see the map.
Yep.
Yeah, at the moment, he is in the view of a camera, which is looking down between Drill 1 and the nuclear housing area. So he's just in here at the moment. As you're watching, you hear a screech over the comms, and you see him turn and move and wave his arms about as if there's something around him. And he goes, "Help me! Help! Shit! What the fuck's that? Fuck! I'm coming back in! I'm coming back in!
Pull him back!
Let's get over there. Let's get him inside, quick!"
You do hear as he says that, Kiang saying, "The airlock. We can't open the airlock. It's got a problem with the airlock."
God dang it, can't get that airlock open. We need to get him in here now. And I'll book it down there, and anything I can do to help assist get that airlock open.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to need a heavy machinery roll to get that airlock up and running. All the while, you can hear him. He's shouting and screaming.
Oh man, I am not having luck today. I got to push that again, and I got a 1 on my stress die. All right, I got 1-6.
Okay,
I'm in panic mode.
Roll your stress, your panic roll.
Okay.
So D6 plus the number of stress that you have at the moment.
So 3, 4, 5.
Okay, yeah. So you're holding it together. You do manage to repair the airlock, but yeah. So he's still out there at the moment. Are any of you getting into suits or?
Yeah.
I
Will
think
it
it's
be
time
even-
that we
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shooting up.
form
I'll suit up too.
a rescue mission.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
get
going
into
to
my
follow as
suit.
well.
Yeah. Okay.
I get into a suit, not
Did-
mine. It's owned by the
Did we see any bird of praise around the footage of them freaking out?
Not that you noticed up to the point where you left.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to suit up and follow as well. Huh? I want to find out what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frankel-
I'll
Sorry, go
stay
on.
back with Kang to keep an eye on Frankel and make sure that everyone who goes out is able to come back in, except for Dubov.
In any of the lockers, is there like a large floodlight we can bring out with us?
Good point.
I think there probably is. Yeah, absolutely. Although I'm gonna rule. I think your suits probably have a light attached to them. Actually,
Okay.
with a power of 2.
Everybody suits.
As I'm suiting up, I'm probably saying something along the lines of, I'm not superstitious woman. I do not believe in ghosts. The only specter I believe in is that of ours hanging over the west of the galaxy. But there's clearly something afoot here. We must get to the bottom of it.
Okay, it's going to take you 2 rounds to suit up, and then it'll take you another round if you want to grab a backup air supply.
Damn straight I do.
Probably a good choice considering what happened to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's 3
That's right.
rounds, and then it's going to be 3 rounds to rotate, cycle the airlock. Who is going out?
I'll go out.
Oh well.
Going out.
Is anybody staying inside?
That's me.
Yeah, okay. As the others are getting into the airlock, you get the warning on the inside that's showing Frankel's hose is disconnected. And you can hear him gasping.
Well, we know it's not Dubov this time. Guys, you got to move. His hose has been disconnected.
Can you still see him on the cameras? Do you know where he is?
Glad.
I don't have visual.
So let me bring up the map again. So there are portholes in the filtration area, Josh, where you are.
Okay.
Which is here where my cursor is, if you can see that.
Yep.
Yep. The airlock you're going through is obviously this one here, the west airlock. And you can see out that he is outside the airlock. It's dark. I mean, there's it is pitch black down here because it's so low. So you can see his shape, but yeah, you can.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think that's him. He's not too far from the airlock, but it's really hard to tell, guys.
He's on his
Whomever
hands.
staying here, keep eye on our comrade.
Is he on his knees? I think he's down.
He's on his knees. He seems to be scrabbling to try and get his backup air supply connected, but he's struggling.
He's having some sort of equipment malfunction.
Can we manually get this airlock open, even if it means flooding the
I
room?
fixed it, so.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. Then let's.
Yeah, I think we need to get out there as fast as we can.
You're good. You're good to go. I'll try to make sure to get you guys back in.
So it'll take 3 rounds, not turns. Turns are 5 minutes each round. To take 3 rounds to cycle the airlock.
Yeah.
You could do an emergency opening, but that is exceedingly dangerous.
No, we're going to take the rounds because.
This seems like an emergency to me.
You would think so, but I'm not risking the structure of this place to let any more water in. We've already had a catastrophe and a flooding section that we can't access, but with much difficulty. So I'd rather make sure that we do things properly. I'd rather save that emergency for getting you guys back in.
Affirmative. The good of the people outweighs the good of the individual. That's
everyone except for Dubov. If we lose him, we lose him. That's fine.
Dominant. I think you should really kiss and make up with Dubov at this point.
Maybe if he actually does a good job.
Very well.
So you can see that Frankel is definitely struggling. He's panicking. He's not able to get his air supply on, and he needs to make a stamina roll. He's starting to drown.
Stop standing around and get moving, guys.
Waiting on your ship.
So unfortunately, you've got to wait two more rounds for the
I
pressure
think
to
I'm
equalize.
It's the stress and seeing him and actually visually seeing him kind of struggle as I'm looking through that porthole.
You can all hear him. You can all hear him gasping and going, "I got six here. Save me! I can't breathe." Can everybody take
we got to open the door.
Yeah,
I would love to take more stress.
That is absolutely something I'm doing.
Okay, he is. He's not good. He's drowning.
We're coming. We'll get to you. Don't worry. Just hold your breath.
Right, I'm gonna put this into initiatives just to see how the rescue works. So, Doug, your initiative is 4. Paddy, you are 1. Woo! Aaron, 6. Kim, that's a 9. And Josh, I'll give you one anyway, but to give you a chance to act if you want. Okay. The airlock cycles up, and you can see Frankel about 25 meters away. In the darkness, it's very gloomy. There is a bit of light shining from your thing. You have to connect your hose, which would be your first slow action, but then you get a fast action.
All right. I'm going to connect to my hose and prep to leave, since I'm up first on initiative.
So your fast action will allow you to move towards him. To get to him in one action, you'd need to make a mobility roll. So these suits are very heavy. Obviously, the pressure down here is crushing. You do know that if these suits are ever breached, then down here you're going to die instantly.
Damn straight. Okay. I failed that. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up a stress and push it.
Yep.
No successes. No anything.
So that's not a fail in that you do progress towards him, but you were trying to get there in one quick action. Okay, Doug, Dubov, you're next.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush to him and see if I can get to him. So I'll also roll a mobility roll.
Yeah. You can see that he has been trying to grab his hose and has kind of got himself tangled up in it.
Yeah, I had no successes, so I'm going to push it.
Okay, take another stress.
Yikes. Ugh. I have 2 successes and 1 on one of my stress die.
Okay, so roll your panic, d6 plus the number of stress you have.
That's 7.
Okay, you do manage to kind of rush out there to him. It's you could feel yourself tugging on the hose, and it should not come out, but the fear that having seen what happened to Kirill's hose, you're a bit nervous about your hose coming out, but it doesn't. But it makes you more nervous, so you gain an extra point of stress.
Oh, okay.
As a result of that. And you kind of end up kind of on your hands and knees next to Frankel. Next action would be Aaron.
So same as everybody else, I guess. Making sure my hose is plugged in, and then trying to get to guy's name who I can't remember. A drowning guy.
Frankel.
Mobility roll. Oh my god. Panic, which is a 4.
Okay, you can't push the roll though with that.
No.
So you sort of manage to stagger out as far as Kramarenko gets, but don't get very far any further than that.
Very effective rescue team so far.
So Liu, you're inside, and you have an action if there's anything you wish to do.
Yeah. Do I have like a monitor on all their vital signs or anything, or is it just a basic?
No, you don't have a vital signs thing. You do have the hose is connected, green light, and the hose is disconnected, red light, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Other than monitoring them and looking out at the porthole to just kind of visually keep an eye on them, occasionally looking up, making sure that those hoses are in the green.
Yep.
I'm just antsy.
I think that probably takes you 5 seconds. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Kim, it's your action.
I'd like to use my story point to make sure I can get to him.
Yep.
And kind of help him get his backup air supply connected.
So are you connecting your hose first?
Yes.
Yeah. Wise, because otherwise you're going to start drowning. So you can use your story point. You can use it after you've made the roll.
Okay.
If you want to try the roll first and fail, you can then use the story point.
And that's heavy machinery?
No, it's a mobility roll to get
right.
in the one fast action.
1-6.
Okay, yeah. So you've got alongside him as well, alongside Dubov. You're still on your feet. Dubov has obviously been a little bit panicky, but yeah, you've all got to him. Next round, Olga, you go first. Kramarenko. Patty.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. What'd you say?
Your action first in the next round.
Okay, cool. It's the next round. All right. So I'm gonna head as quickly as I can to our drowning compatriot.
Yep.
And do I have to roll a mobility this time, or is it?
No, you're closer now, so you can move a bit more slowly, which is fine. That's your fast action. We'll get you there.
Хорошо. So what state of condition is this person in? What can I do to help them?
You can try and plug in his hose, or try and plug in his backup air supply.
All right.
That's what he needs at the moment. He's got no.
Go ahead and plug in the backup if I can.
Yep.
So any sort of roll.
Yes, I'll need a mobility roll for that. Yep, for sure.
Yep.
There's before you do that, just to explain, the suits, they have a kind of a fail-safe valve, so that if the thing comes out, the suit doesn't get immediately filled with water because it would explode the suit and kill the person inside. But obviously, there's no air getting into the suit, so you start suffocating rather than drowning, in effect, which is what's happening to him.
Okay, so unfortunately, another bad roll. No successes or panics. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that. I'm up to 3 stress, and this time I got I got a panic. Shit. Man, I thought I was cool under pressure. All right. Fortunately though, I only got a 5 on that panic roll, so that means
okay.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I've made a slight error there. That should have been a heavy machinery roll, not a mobility roll.
Ooh, actually, that would be good for me. That
So
brings me
let's
up.
wind back and make the roll again. Take away the stress that you gained by pushing, and yeah, it's a heavy machinery roll. Yeah.
I'm just gonna add 2d6 to my first roll, and lo and behold, I got a success.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm going on that stress.
He's gasping very, very nearly, drowning, dying from this. But you managed to clip it in, and the air begins to flood into his suit again. So the next action would be 4. The next action would be 4s. But as you're doing that, so we're getting some sort of feedback noise over everything. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, okay, cool. As you're doing that, there are some lights here which are casting a gloomy, sort of like very foggy kind of light. There is definitely a shadow that moves across that light, and there's something in the water with you. You don't know what it is, but it's close, and it's closing, and it has an action on 2s.
Let's get the fuck out of
It's
Dodge.
it's closed. It then has an action on 3s, so it's coming down upon you almost like a what's the best way to describe? Like almost like a blanket coming down and trying to grab you. It's going to go for Kim. You can feel something on your back as you're leaning down trying to get Frankel up. And I need you to make a D6 roll for a signature attack.
6.
6. That's an appropriate response if everybody heard that laughter. Rolling a 6 straight away. Yeah, this thing, you can feel sort of tentacles trying to drive through your suit, trying to get into you. But they're not soft tentacles. They've got hard, kind of like diamond hard ends. And you take an attack from that with quite a lot of dice. Okay, this thing has basically come like a missile out of the darkness, come down upon you. It's hit you in the back. You are taking 4 points of damage from this. Your armor will mitigate. Well, you can roll 4 armor. You've got 4 points of armor. So it's 4d6 to see if you mitigate any of the damage. Sorry, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I got 1 6.
So you take 3 points of damage as a result of that attack. But you also take an immediate critical injury from the blast, the power of these spikes that are being driven into you. Did you want to roll it, or shall I, for your critical injury?
I'll roll it.
So roll D66.
43.
43. Okay, this has hit you in the arm. It's bent your arm back. Your elbow is shattered, and you're searing pain. It's not going to kill you, but your arm is hanging loosely inside the suit, utterly useless.
Oof.
It's Doug's Dubov. You've seen this. This thing is like a cross between a giant jellyfish and what do you call them? My brain. Squid. Like a giant jellyfish kind of squid kind of thing.
Okay.
You can't really see it clearly because, again, the water is all being mixed up. There's dust coming up from the surface of the floor. The mud is beginning to cloud the water. But this thing is sort of hovering over Kim and has just driven a couple of these tentacles right into Kim's, as it happens, into Kim's upper arm.
All right. Is there any way I can go over and try to strike it so that it...
You're right next to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to just punch the heck out of it. So I don't know if that's going to work or anything, but, you know.
You can certainly have a swing. So that's going to be a close combat roll.
Okay. Nice.
Actually, Doug, you will get +3 because it's at engaged range, but it's concentrating on somebody else.
Okay.
You're kind of sucker punching it.
Wow, that's a lot of dice. That's like 11 dice, I think, plus my stress.
Yeah, shit.
Wait for the no successes though. It is the year 0 engine.
This is true.
Could mean
2 successes actually.
Okay, that is a hit. You've definitely given it a pretty tough hit. And yeah, you certainly. It seems like you damage it. Yeah, you've certainly sort of carved a bit of the the sinewy side of it. You've managed to put a gash in it.
Okay.
You have a fast action as well if you want, Doug.
Let me think. Can I? I've already punched it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could do. I'm gonna try to like
Xeno squid.
Xeno squid. Yeah, no, I think I'm good for right now. Let me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, Erin, your action next.
Am I close to it?
So you hadn't quite got to Frenkel, had you? Or did you make it? I can't remember.
I failed the mobility roll.
No. So you can close with it with one fast action. It's basically ahead of you. So as you've come out of the airlock, the others have got ahead of you to Frenkel. And then you've seen this shadow come out of the darkness of the sea and like thud into Fam in front of you.
And see Dubov attack it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have my underwater power tool? Am I just assuming I've got that on me?
I suspect you probably have, yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll use the fast action to run towards it then.
Yep.
And then my slow action to make a close combat attack.
Yeah, okay. Is that like a cutting torch, is it?
It's hang on, underwater power tool, engage ranged, damage 2, and let me just bring up the...
Yeah, similar. Okay, that's cool.
I don't think there was anything else special about it. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Yeah, it doesn't say anything really, just custom underwater power tool, damage 2. So, close combat is 3 plus 2 plus stress. 1 success and then a panic, and the panic is 4.
Yeah, okay, yes. So you've managed to get to it. You've sparked up your underwater acetylene torch, which I think is pretty much what it is. And you've hit it for, was that 1 success?
1 success, which is 2 damage.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you burn into it with this intense heat. It doesn't like that very much at all.
No, I can't imagine it does.
Next, Josh, it's your action.
Okay. I'm watching this in kind of horror and just in a panic state. I'm, hollering on the comms. I'm like, get in, everybody's got to get in. And just, like I feel almost helpless here. And I watch Kim's body like float and be hit.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. That would be horrifying. Honestly, the horror, the true horror here is watching everybody fight this thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why I'm in such a panic. And I don't
worry.
This...
It's my fault. It's my fault. Don't worry about it. Lou.
It's always your fault, Vav. It's always your fault.
Okay, yeah. Austin, it's your action. You can act. You just can't use anything that's two-handed. Your arm is out of use.
Right. That hit actually brought me to 0 health.
Okay, you're broken then. So you should also take a critical hit for being broken, as well as the critical hit from the signature attack. So make another D66 roll.
3.
Pardon?
3.
D66. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Roll 2d6 basically.
32. Okay, yeah. So not only did the hit smash your arm, a tentacle came around and caught you in the crotch, and you've got a really nasty gut punch basically from that. And
okay.
So you take a point of damage if you roll for mobility in close combat, but you're broken. So everyone else, you see Fam get hit and then kind of like go limp in the suit, and the suit flumps down onto the water. Doug, no, not Doug, Austin. So that was, sorry, Austin. So you don't get an action because you're broken.
It's part of it.
The next round, the first thing that Doug notices, it's your action first, Olga, but Doug, you notice that suddenly the air supply coming through your tube doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
On my tube?
Yeah, on your tube, yeah. But Olga, it's your action.
So I want to grab. So does my charge? What was his name? Franco, I think.
Frankel.
Does Franco
Yeah.
seem like he's Frank? Sorry,
Frankel.
Franco.
Frankel.
Okay, cool. Does Franco seem like Frankov? Does he seem like he's doing better, like capable of like performing actions such as swimming?
Yeah, he's not broken. Now he's got air. He can stagger on his own strength to get back to the airlock, which is in fact what he's doing.
Хорошо. That is what I was hoping for. So I think Olga, seeing that one of my comrades has fallen and is kind of free floating or actually sinking rather, she's going to rush towards Ivan and grab him by his sternum and start swimming the most aggressive swim towards the towards the airlock.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. You can do that. You can drag Kim back towards the.
I'm
So
here.
who are you grabbing? Kim or? Yeah, so you don't know about Dubob.
I'm
So you're grabbing
grabbing
Kim.
Grabbing Kim.
Okay, yeah, you won't get
Do-
back. This
yeah,
round,
Dubob
you'll get
can
back
go
in the
back.
next one. Yeah, you'll get back in the next one. Take you 2 rounds dragging Kim. But Kim, your suit is not breached, so you're okay. You're just out of it for now.
Shame it's the doctor who got injured.
So the creature, this thing, having seen what's happened, I think he's taken a rather nasty blow from the burning thing. So he's whatever it is, kind of turns to you, Alvarez, and it comes to envelop you. So you need to make a signature attack roll, please. 1d6.
Okie dokie. 2.
2. Okay, this thing, these tentacles come down and they try and wrap around you, and they make an attack against you. You could try and block this if you wanted to.
Which is a close combat, isn't it?
Yeah, that would use up your slow action for the round, though.
It would, wouldn't it? But I still get my armor save anyway, don't I?
No, sorry, a block is a fast action, actually. So it'd use up your fast action.
I didn't think I was allowed to do 2 of the same things, though.
Well, if you're going to be shooting him, then...
Well, no, it's a close combat attack, isn't it, with the tool?
As GM, I'm content for you to do that. That's fine.
Okay. In that case, I shall attempt to block it.
If the GM says it's okay, then it's okay.
Oh, just making sure. Just making sure.
It's fine.
Stress as well with the block.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's doing quite well. So you need to get quite a few successes.
I think every single time I've rolled
Okay.
this goddamn yellow dice. 4.
Is that your okay? So you don't panic, but it succeeds pretty well.
Oh.
And the rest of you see these tentacles grab around Diego, and suddenly it pushes off and disappears into the blackness with him. And Diego, you're disorientated. You can just see the glow of his light very faintly in the distance, kind of spinning around. But the creature's gone. You can't see either of them. You just see a little glimmer of Diego's light. Diego, you are disorientated. Anything you are holding in your hand is dropped.
Oh,
So you
there goes
drop
my
your
power
tool, and you do notice that your hose comes out.
Holy shit!
It's all right. I've got my backup one. I've got my backup one.
Its next action is well, you don't know what its next action.
Whoa!
You don't know what its next action is because you can't see it. Well, you can see. So now, with all this action, the dirt on the floor of the sea, which normally is settled, has all come up. It's not blocking your view yet, but it is. You can see it swirling. You can see it swirl as something just out of your vision makes some kind of vicious movement, but you can't see the creature. 4, Doug, it's your action. You realize that your hose has become unhooked from the base.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to plug in my backup air supply.
Yeah, so this is kind of an emergency thing. So you need to make a heavy machinery roll to do it.
Okay.
And it takes your slow action to do so.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've done that. Your backup air supply. You have an air supply of 2 with
Okay.
that. So I will need to make you make air rolls at some point, but not yet.
Okay.
But yes, you have air and have a fast action left.
Can I start to run towards the move towards the where we came out, the airlock? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron, it's your action. You've been dragged off into the darkness.
Am I being grappled? Have I got to break free?
Nope, it's let go of you. You can't see it now. It's
Okay, so first thing I do is put my backup air supply on.
okay. Yes, a heavy machinery roll, please.
Okay, which is just the 3 and this evil stress dice. I swear to God, if I get another one, guys.
You might have story points. Remember,
Just
Aaron.
yeah, you know what? I will succeed. this thing is going, and a new yellow dice is coming out. I will spend one of my story points to not suffocate, please.
Yeah. You managed to clip your air supply on, so you have an air supply of 2, and you have a fast action left.
So I'll start to run back over. Or do we have comms?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I warn them that I'm fine and I'm coming. It's let me go and I'm on my way back to you guys. Let's get inside, please.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 7. Josh, it's your action.
Yes. So I'm just like, where'd Alvarez go? Guys, you got him? I can't make him out through this porthole. I could almost barely see you guys. It's starting to the stuff off the seafloor is coming up, and I can't tell what's going on.
Comrade, repair the door. I'm bringing Kim back. He's alive still.
I'm ready at the controls. Just let me know when you all are at the door. Is that thing gone?
Very soon. Don't
As
know.
you're trying to head
No,
back
it's
to
not gone. Well, I can't let you in until that thing is gone. I don't want to risk that thing getting in here.
Duh.
As you're heading back towards the airlock, you can see
mile.
You can see swirls. You can't see it, but you can see swirls of something moving around in the water in the light illuminated dust and sand that's been pulled up. But you do manage to get back to the airlock. Alvarez, I'm not going to make you make a observation roll. I think there's enough light for you to be able to head back to the light to get back into the airlock.
That suits me just fine. That suits me fine. I think the less dice I roll today, the better.
So
Okay, you're all in the airlock.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
You can cycle the airlock once
cycle them through as long as everybody's in there. Did anyone grab Kim? Or is Kim still out there floating? I just want to make sure.
No, Kramarenko brought Kim in. Yeah, so
I
the
have
airlock
Kim,
cycles.
I've got Kim strapped to my chest.
All right. So
She's alive, damn it.
The airlock cycles, the inner door opens, and you're back inside, and that thing, whatever it is, doesn't molest you any further whilst you're trying to get in.
I'm going to immediately go, what the heck, Lou?
What, Dubov?
Way to just sit here and do nothing.
I was monitoring you guys.
Fuck up. Please, you're giving me headache. If you two cannot get in functional relationship by the end of my investigation here, I'm absolutely going to speak to somebody to get you separated, because this whole thing is not working. We're
I
trying to
think
do
there was a
work here.
comment earlier. Should we hug it out, Duval?
I'm not coming anywhere near you.
You hug the ball. Wolf, you hug. Leo.
You can,
this is
Olga,
our
if you look
time.
at your talent, you can try and use that to force them to hug. If you want.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a fucking direct order. I'm pulling rank and I'm giving you a direct order.
So,
Fucking hug.
okay, so I go over and like reluctantly,
Yeah.
and I take my arms around.
You can resist if you want, guys. It can be an opposed roll.
No, it's fine. I
If you
don't.
don't want to. No, okay.
No,
fine.
no. I think I'm just going to.
Group cohesion
gonna-
at the very least.
And I'm gonna lean in and be like, I freaking hate you.
And I'm gonna be. This is all your fault.
I'm fairly sure this is abusive power.
Okay, hang on. I'm giving Kremarenko, make an observation roll just to see if you notice this.
That's not good enough, boys.
And if you succeed,
I'm dropping that up. Woo! 3 successes on 5
Oh,
dice.
jeez.
Which
Of course.
I think if you want to, you can make a command roll now, and this is forcing them to be nice. So make a command roll, see how many successes you get, and then Ivan and Leo.
I just want to make sure everyone's clear. There is no actual hugging mechanic like part of the scenario in Alex's work. We've totally improvised and added this to the scenario.
This is GM improvising.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is going to be in the new rule set, right?
This is going to be in the 2.0.
Yeah.
So, Olga, make a command roll.
I got 1 success.
Okay. If you're either going to hug nicely, or if you want to resist, make a manipulation roll to see, and you've got to beat 1.
Okay, I'm gonna do manipulation roll because I really don't want to hug this guy.
I really don't want to hug him either.
Look, you two may have bad working relationship, but I come from the commandos. And look, if one of us is not functioning as team, none of us function as team. I need you on best behavior.
Okay.
Dos.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Yeah, that's good enough. You can both resist that order if you wish.
I did get a 1 on my stress die.
So roll your panic then, Lou.
5.
5. Okay.
Could you imagine?
Right. You're holding it together as you are hugging Doug, I guess.
Yeah, there might be an actual option in the corner.
All the while, Kim is lying there with a shattered elbow. And,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Jesus, we've been ignoring poor Kim.
Kim's fine.
I like to think I have one eye open, just watching the thing, just going, oh.
yeah,
Just watching the aggressive hugging.
Kim is just hoping to die at this point.
I guess you're broken by pain. You're not unconscious, I guess. Yeah, like, oh, you can't act, but yeah, you can watch all of this bullshit going on.
I think Olga's endured enough broken bones and cross hits to know that Kim's doing okay.
I guess we want to get Kim to the infirmary, surely.
Kim's not gonna hug. We should probably take Kim to the medicine room, which she operates.
Does any of you have medical aid other than Kim?
No.
No, I do not.
You can still do it though. It's not like Coriolis. It's not a specialist skill, so you can still have a go if you wanted to.
I'm gonna lean over to Kim after giving these idiots some sort of couple of orders that were honestly half-hearted. I'm gonna go over towards Kim and try to lean down towards her and actually express a degree of empathy for the first time and be like, I really hope you're doing fine. This is not what I was expecting, but perhaps I should have. She's muttering to herself as she's fixing up Kim. 2 successes, by the way, on the medical aid. This is not what I was expecting. Perhaps I should have. I know my superior sent me here for a reason. And she kind of conspiratorially leans down towards Kim. And I'm fairly certain they wanted me not to succeed.
Cool. Kim, with that, you gain 2 points of hit points back. So you're up and around, but again, you can't use your left arm because the elbow is shattered. But you are active again.
Yeah, if I can show someone how to rig up a sling for my arm.
Yeah, I think the 2 successes allows you to have your arm strapped up in a way that doesn't get in the way too much. Liu, are you after the hugging thing? Are you still at the porthole?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You can, as you're kind of looking out the porthole, you can see a shape again, the same shape that attacked Kim, coming around. And you can see it kind of hitting or poking, smacking at the drilling rig opposite where your position is, and then you hear something coming through the hull, clang, clang, clang. Not very close, but definitely something happening. And then you see another shape. There's definitely more than one of these things out there.
Guys, there's more than one of those shadowy things. Looks like, it looks like they're trying to get through the oil rig. Oh, what was that? Did you guys hear that? I think they're trying to get in.
I think we know what happened to our missing person.
We already discussed this, but I'm not going to get into it right now.
It was not Duval.
I didn't say anything.
I know where your brain was going.
We hugged it out, bro.
I know where it was going. I know you're my buddy.
Me and Duval are good. We hugged. We're moving past this.
Yeah, we've definitely moved past.
If I hear any sort of rivalry between the two of you, it's clearly not Duval's doing.
You can hear more
not
of these
at all.
bangings happening. You can hear them in the distance. You can hear them close. There's at least 3 or 4 independent noises you can hear happening. Bit like kind of like underwater woodpeckers trying to bash their way into something.
And there's no defenses on the station or anything.
No, it's an unarmed location.
Which direction do the sounds come from?
Yeah, I'm going to screen share.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, you've got Kiang is coming on and saying, okay, there are minor leaks happening all over the place. We've got a minor leak in security. There's something going on. The security's beginning to flood. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, we need to seal up security if it's flooding, or try to patch those holes.
One of the drills has just gone offline.
Now the drills are going offline.
What the hell's what's going on? What happened out there?
Listen, there's something or some things that are out there that are trying to get in. We need.
There's nothing here.
I'm telling you what we just went through, what we just saw. Don't argue with me. Just seal that room or patch it up. How bad are the leaks?
Give me comms.
You can hear.
John, we are under attack. We are under attack by something that is out there that is not of our own creation, insofar as I'm aware. We were sent here to investigate missing person, but in fact, we are actually here to serve as food for some creature out there in the ocean. Close down security right now. And if you do not act upon my order,
this facility is going.
Ensure that you
we're just standing here talking. We need to do something. And I'm going to take off towards security.
Yeah, okay, cool. Kian comes back and says, if I what? If I shut down security, we can't abandon the station. Are you saying we're under attack? What's happening? If I secure security, we can't get to the lift. We can't get to the elevator. We can't get out.
There is submarine, is there not?
We'd have to go outside.
Shut it down. We will figure out evacuation process after we remove flood from ship.
The submarine hasn't been used in ages, and it only takes 2 people. You can't evacuate all of us in the submarine.
How many of us are there down here?
In total, there are 5. There's 10, including the working Joe.
Can we fit on the elevator? In one group?
You could probably squeeze 10 in one go, yeah.
Sean, you stupid bastard! Close security or we will all die.
Have I made it down there yet?
Make a mobility roll.
Mobility, yep.
And Kramarenko, make a command roll, please.
I was waiting for that.
Oof. Okay.
I'm definitely pulling rank on this one. 2 successes, 1 panic. I'll pop that for you. It is
1
a 7,
success.
of course, so I'm trembling.
Yeah, okay, so your stress goes up by 1, Kramarenko. As you're running down Liu, as you're running through the security, the monitoring area, if you can see the map, you get to the corridor here, and as you're running towards it, the bulkhead slams just at the end to seal security. There is some water. There is some water already coming through on the floor, but it's not deep. It's an inch or 2. But the bulkhead is shut.
Okay. And security is just before the elevator, right?
If you're looking at the map.
Ah, there we go. Yep.
So you've managed to come down this corridor here, Josh.
Yep.
The bulkhead has gone across there.
Okay.
And the elevator to the surface is here.
All right. Kang, I'm at the bulkhead. Can you open it and then close it once I get in?
Why would you
I'm going to try to patch the leaks.
The bulkhead opens, Josh.
Okay, I step inside and immediately have him close the door. If the whole place is going down, I'm going down with it. So I'm going into security to try to patch wherever the water's coming in.
Okay, yeah. You can see there's a couple of sort of minor sort of breaches in some of the pipework, which are beginning to pour water in. At the rate that it's coming in, you think it'll be 10 minutes maybe before this area fills.
Okay.
But I will need a heavy machinery roll. But I'll come back to you in a moment. The rest of you, what are you doing while this is happening?
Honestly, my character's like, hats off and respects to our real true comrade, who's going to go ahead and fix the station at his own expense. I'm like, all right, we're clearly under attack here. We have to get this submarine operational so that we can take a look outside and figure out what the hell is going on. Perhaps we can use it as rescue mission, get people to surface.
Okay, Dubov, Pham, and Alvarez, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm going to be going after Lou, actually, just to see if I can help my bud out if he needs it.
Okay, that's fine. I think you could have kept up with him, so you could choose to go through into the security room with him if you want.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll go see if I can't help Lou, even though I don't want to.
Okay, so the 3 of you are all inside security with the bulkhead shut behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evidently.
Pham, what are you doing?
I think I'm probably hanging pretty close by Olga. Kind of feel like a connection with her after being saved and dragged out of the water by her.
Yep.
And you are also the only person I've really truly expressed my doubts of my superiors do. So
Right.
yeah, we definitely have a certain connection. Girl Gang
Okay.
2.0.
At this point, Act 1 draws to a close, and Act 2 comes into effect. This is only a 2-act scenario, everyone, so there isn't a third act, but Act 2 is now starting. So, story points for Act 1 agendas. So I think Josh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, Aaron, yeah, absolutely. Austin, yeah, I'll let you have that. That's cool. Doug, I was just gonna go, nah. But yeah, no, that's fine. You earned your point as well.
All
And
right, thank you.
Kramarenko, Patty, absolutely. Yeah, so you all everyone gets a story point for that. So
Our secret agenda of hugging worked out. Lou.
That's what it is.
So you can all look at your Act 2 agendas. And I'll
Oh shit, my Act 2 agendas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's just Olga and Kim, you didn't go with them to security. So which room are you in? Are you in the command room now with Kiang, or are you still in the filtration room?
So I think Chung. I've probably moved towards Chung because I'm giving him fucking orders. Where's Chung at?
So he's in the command room down here at the south end.
Yeah. Chung.
So from here, you can see these walls, these 3 walls, as I said at the start, if you remember, are sort of plastic steel. So they're super strong, but they're transparent. So you can look out and see things.
Nice.
There is a little bit of, still a little bit of light going on out there. And you can definitely see shadows moving around.
Clearly, we are not alone as we thought.
Okay, back to security. Liu, your heavy machinery roll. You can, if the other 2 are helping you, you can take a dice of help from each of them, so you can get 2 extra dice.
All right, so 2 extra dice.
And as you're doing this, the water is now 3 or 4 inches deep in here.
Yep. Got to act quickly. I'm going to use one of my story points to go ahead and automatically succeed.
Okay.
Even with all those dice.
Yeah. You struggle, but you do manage to just about turn off the right valves and redirect the water so the leak begins to stop. It's still dripping, but it's not going to flood anymore.
All right. Now, someone needs to go back and get everyone else while I make sure the elevator's good to go.
Yeah, I'll go back.
I'm going to run back to the medical bay and see if I can make Anya ready to travel. I can't leave her as a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
So I will hang back here I'll hang back at the elevator.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna stay with Lou to help if need be.
Fam, as you get back to the medical bay, you can see that as you're getting closer to it, you're running through water that's flowing out of the medical bay.
Because it's coming out of the medical bay.
Yeah. You can see that the medical bay is the door is shut, but as you see, there's a little viewing hole. There's about 2 foot of water in there at the moment, and some of it's seeping through the seal on the door. Anya is in there. She is sitting on her bed, looking terrified, but not acting.
I'm assuming there's some medical supplies in the room.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So last we left her, she had been sedated again. So I'd like to give her the little bit of counter sedative and maybe a really quick shot of adrenaline if possible, just to get her up and moving.
First things first, as you open the door, the water that's in there rushes out, and I need a mobility roll from you, as this water is really, pushing against your legs.
0 successes.
Okay, you fall from your feet, and you get washed down the corridor with this water. It's not. Take an extra point of stress, please. It's not a big problem. You can get up at the other end, but this you can see that from where you are, looking down the corridor, you can see through the door that you've now opened. There's lots of different bits of water sort of pissing into the room from all sorts of different places. You can also hear a clang, clang, clang coming from the room as something is desperately trying to gain access there.
Yeah, I have to get her. I think I need to push through the water and get back into the room to get her.
Yeah, okay, you could do that. I'm going to need a stamina roll if you're trying to help her out of the room.
Do I have any disadvantages for my arm being injured?
It doesn't give you any, other than you can't use the arm. But I think it's a fair call. I think -1 to try and help her along. She's not completely out of it. You're not having to carry her, but she's a bit grumpy.
No successes. A 1 on the stress dice, though. That's the bad one, correct? Because the 6 is... Okay. Yeah, so I got a single 1 on my stress die.
Okay, so you can't push it because you've panicked. So roll your panic. So it's a d6 plus the number of stress that you have.
No successes.
No, so it's just roll the d6 and add to that number the number of total stress that you've got. Give her 5. Yeah, cool. No, you're holding it together, but yeah, she's proving to be a bit too much for you to move at the moment. Lou, what are you doing?
Just over comms, I'm saying, we got to get out of here. Systems are failing all over the place. The complex is, becoming severely unstable. You've got, so many minutes to get down here, or this elevator's got to go. Otherwise, none of us are going to get off.
Can you make an observation roll? Both
Sure.
of you in that room. I'll let you both make a roll. Aaron too. Alvarez.
Okay.
Let's see, observation. Ooh, I got a good one here.
2 successes and no panic for once.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No panic.
Okay, you definitely noticed then. As you're having this conversation, you cast your eye down the corridor to where the lift is. And you know that there are 3 status lights for the lift: active, inactive, or shut down. Now, shutdown is only ever done by somebody at the top for whatever reason. Normally it's active. Sometimes it's inactive because it's broken, but the shutdown light is on.
Oh, no. So Alvarez, we got to get above to even activate this thing.
Do we have comms to the surface?
Yeah, I think you probably do. Probably from the command center, though.
Have you guys expressed this to the comms in general?
Not yet.
No.
We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. So, there's probably a maintenance hatch, I'm assuming, and a ladder that would take us up. So we could get up there and run the shift and then communicate back down, the plan. But if
I think you know that there is no ladder inside this thing. It's because it's 9 miles.
Oh my God.
So our only option is to get to the command center and try and radio the surface to ask them to turn the elevator back on. Basically, yeah.
All right. Where's the command center in relation to the security room?
So it's back in the direction of the filtration room, the airlock.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring up the map for you.
And Olga's still there.
That's where Olga is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Olga is there.
Could we not radio across to Olga and tell the situation, ask her to get in touch?
That would be good. And then we could keep monitoring the light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. As this comms comes through, Doug, I think you've probably arrived in the command center if that's where you were going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to ask Olga where Fam is.
Fam has gone to check on our comrade in the medical center.
All right, and then I'm going to start booking it towards the medical center.
No,
Yeah,
she
cool.
may need your help.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming I hear all the things that everybody else has been talking about over the comms now, right?
Yes.
Marvelous. I turn to Chang and I say, Chang, I don't know what is exactly happening here, but if you know anything, then you know that we cannot stay here. We have to get back to surface. What's the situation with topside? Why have they shut down the elevators?
I didn't know they had shut down the elevators.
Well, it seems they have. So you and I are on the same boat. I may not like you, but I have to work with you for the good of the people. The people down here, people topside, people in general.
Well, okay. Let's contact them. He goes to the comms and opens the comms. Says Novotny to surface. Novotny to surface. We've got problems down here. We might need to evacuate. I don't want to evacuate this beautiful station, but we might have to. What's the status with the lift? What's going on with the elevator? The elevator seems to be in shutdown mode. And all you get back is
That. I should have suspected as such. John, we have to evacuate, and it's going to be a slow process. Someone has to go to surface. The only way to get to surface, as far as I'm aware, is by the submarine.
yeah, but it hasn't been used in ages. I don't think
Should be someone with rank.
the batteries
Not saying myself.
have been stored in the old station, so we'd have to go out there to get them. No one's used that thing for months, if not years.
It's our only option, though. We've got to get as many people out as we can. We need to try.
What if we send a team of us out to retrieve the batteries, and a couple of us go to the sub to get it functioning, and then we meet up and hook it up? And well, I mean, are there any willing volunteers to drive this thing up to the surface?
I believe I should go to surface. Only
Okay.
I have rank to tell topside what to do.
And I think for functionability, I should go with you, and I can operate the lift.
Duh, I will need mechanic.
Okay.
Whilst you're discussing,
Is anyone
folks,
here pilot?
I'm just
Capable
gonna have a one
piloting.
moment break.
One. Okay. as we're discussing our plan.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
be right back. You can then tell me the plan when I'm back.
Out of character. Anybody know how to fly a fucking ship?
I'm not a pilot.
No.
I can
nope.
push buttons really well.
I'm not a
so
pilot either.
I'm not a pilot,
Does
but
anybody have a really good agility?
We're all good underwater scientists, but
No.
no pilots.
I think
I've
we
got
all
a 5 in
suck at
agility, so
Oh, that's
Oh
pretty good.
shit, Dubois.
yeah.
A lot
Dubois,
better
my
than me, too.
friend.
So all of a sudden, everybody's starting to treat me nice now. It's funny, huh? It's funny how that happens.
Hey, I
See, I
backed
would
you
like
up.
to-
I was an alibi.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I would like to say that Olga has been completely neutral the whole time, as is due of a
You just made us hug.
communist commissar.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
care who's.
Completely neutral.
I just want
exactly.
everybody to
Hug it
survive.
out.
That's all I want. As many as we can.
right. And
Um,
the stupid sub will only carry 2 people. We got to get someone who knows what they're doing to the surface.
If Kim hadn't been injured, I
Well-
would have had you guys.
What? Why don't?
Yeah, if Kim hadn't been injured, I would have had you guys both like share shots of vodka or something.
Why don't we just hang on to the sub in our suits?
As long as it doesn't rise too fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say like compression sickness is actually a thing, and we're
Yeah.
9 miles down as far as I'm aware. So
Yeah,
really a
wouldn't go
thing.
with that.
Yeah, but surely the suits is pressurized anyway. You wouldn't get the bends on the way up because the pressure wouldn't change.
You're making.
I think
actually a really
if you
good point.
rise too fast, you could still get the bends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and we don't know
if
what's
you-
going to be attacking the sub. So, like,
I
if you
love the
think
scenario.
Clinging on is a good idea, but
This scenario reminds me a bit of the Abyss and
does.
Leviathan. Leviathan
Yeah.
kind of mixed in.
ooh.
Yep.
I haven't
awesome.
actually seen the Leviathan, but I hear it's
It is amazing. Good old
not
school
like-
classic sci-fi horror underwater. It's
Is that
amazing.
the one where people start turning into fish people?
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but there is some definite The Thing style stuff that happens.
Yeah, I think my friend Devi actually suggested it. Oh, Devi's in the chat right now. Good God, Devi Lacroix. Hi.
Ah,
You
look
suggest
at that!
Leviathan?
See.
I'll pick it up.
Okay then, guys. What's the plan? What's the plan?
I think we didn't even like.
Have we just
Yeah.
talked movies while I've been out?
we kind of started
much.
creating a plan and then got
Pretty-
sidetracked, and then Leviathan and
pretty much what was discovered is that all of a sudden Dubov is the guy to go to, and now he's everybody's best friend because he's going to get us out of here. So yeah, the guy that you've been being hard on the whole scenario is now going to be the guy that you need to bail out.
Deep Station 6. That's another good underwater one.
Ooh. There's a lot of really good underwater
Yeah.
thrillers like this. I love these things. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think my
Well, I
character
mean,
has decided that she's going to be first up because she can give people orders.
I'll let
and-
Olga make the call, like as far as who goes up. You can select you
I
and
think-
and
I need Leo fixing the thing.
okay. And then who's
Either
Kim's
way, Leo
Kim-
and Alvarez probably gonna be fixing it. Kim's got patients to take care of. Dubov, you and I will go out to the actually hold on. If we are the ones who go out to the station to get the batteries, yeah, we'll have to get the batteries and bring it back to the ship anyway. Dubov, you and I, we're going to get the batteries and then we're gonna fly the thing up top. I'm gonna need Leo and Alvarez. Are you good with machines?
No.
What are you good at?
I'm good at observing and pressing buttons.
Pressing
I'm good
buttons
at
is probably
machines.
Useful. Scratch that. Alvarez, you and I go get the battery. Dubov and Leo, work your shit out and fix the fucking shit. This is like the hug, but more important. Dubov, Leo, both of you go fix the ship, and please put your shit aside. Alvarez, you're with me. We're going to get battery. Ram, handle things in station.
I'm just happy to help everybody survive.
This
No,
is
me
great.
as well.
Can't wait.
As if I didn't work close enough to you before, we're gonna bond even more. Yay!
Did I not have
Okay,
you hug it out?
I'm being positive in celebration of our newfound relationship.
Camaraderie. Da. Yes, we are all in this together. Please.
What's Fam doing as part of the plan, Austin?
I mean, I don't really know that FAM can help out with much of anything besides maybe helping keep people comfortable and safe. The use of one arm is pretty limiting as far as what we have to do right now.
I would probably come over to Fam and kind of whisper in her ear, like, "Don't trust Xiang. I don't believe that. I mean, aside from self-preservation, I'm not sure that Xiang has the best interests of the people at heart. You and I'm sure, do, however. So please, I'm trusting you with keeping a handle on the station, making sure that as many people as possible survive this ordeal."
We do not want to see them lost at the hands of the cruel sea or the crueler, whatever is out there.
I agree. Anyone working with the UPP can't be trusted. I'll do what I can to make sure everyone gets out of this alive.
No, I'm afraid that topside is not going to be helpful, and Chiang is an extension of topside. We're all in this together, comrade, but some people up top are not so not seeing things the way that we down below are seeing them. We
As you're making your plans,
best keep to our own and to make sure that we survive.
you get an alert, and there's been a compromise of the hull in the storage area, and you can tell from Kiang's reaction, the storage area has flooded instantly. The bulkhead here has completely failed, and the water has come down into this corridor and has been stopped by a double bulkhead here. But this area has been completely flooded, and there's something obviously took a disliking to the hull at the storage. Alarms are ringing. The place is shaking. You might want to get a move on, I guess.
Yeah. I guess me and Duval bolt down there, wading through the water.
Okay, so where are you going?
We're heading towards the sub.
Okay, so if you remember from the briefing at the start,
yep,
this corridor here is destroyed.
Yep. So we actually have to go outside.
Yep.
So do we have to go
enter via the airlock?
So do we have to go get the suits on in the filtration area, then go outside?
Unless you want to die instantly, yes.
Okay, so it's going to be a long trek, Duval. So let's go suit up.
All right, let's do this.
And Olga and Diego, you suiting up to go to the station. Yep.
To get the batteries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you connecting yourselves to the hose pipes, or are you just taking your supply?
So the hose pipes literally connect back to the actual station, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I think it'd probably be worth not, because I think that might be sort of how they were tracing us.
I think difficult, exactly.
So
we'd better be independent.
I concur.
Okay, you can take two backup units, but they have 2 air each.
Yep.
You know what?
So
I'm going to hook up one to my tank.
You're attached to one, and then you can carry a spare. Yeah.
Is that just one?
I'm stupid trained. I know what's up.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Fam, whilst they're doing this, where were you staying? What's your location going to be?
Certainly not the storage area.
No.
Maybe I'm working on trying to get people into like the mess hall area. It's kind of a large enough area to hold everyone else that's down here right now.
The only thing I'm worried about that's how far away from that is to the elevator.
Oh, true.
Because we did secure it. So the bulkhead is currently working, so it's not going to flood right away, and there was no noises over there yet.
Right. Maybe down by the jogging track.
Let me bring the map up for you. Let's zoom back out again. Yeah, so you're going to hold up near around the jogging track.
Yeah, I guess in that main monitoring area.
Here, okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. And you're with Anya, I presume, in there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, great, good. Right, so you suit up, guys. Are you all taking 2 spare air supplies? Is that right?
I think we should just just to be safe.
Duh.
Okay.
For good of the people that we survive this ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Good of the people outweighs the top right. Fuck high road oppression. Real.
All right.
Okay. So suit up, and yeah, are you all going out the airlock together?
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah. Okay.
at the same time.
Okay. Right. So it's Olga and Alvarez going to the old station, and Lou and Dubov going to the submarine bay.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Can I have observation rolls, please? But I'd like 2 group observation rolls. So I'd like each pair of you is going to count as one group. So the person with the best observation between Olga and Alvarez, and the person with the best observation between Lou and Dubov make the roll for the group.
I have a total of 8, Dubov. What do you have?
You have a total of
Alvarez
8 in your observation? I have 2.
Yeah.
Minus
Total,
Okay.
that's it.
Please make roll.
I would be 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Fucking horror.
8.
Spelled with a capital A. X.
Oh, I love it when I don't get stressed. That is 3 successes.
Okay. And for the other group?
What was yours, Olga?
3.
Right, okay, so I shall be making that one then.
You did switch out your dice there, Alvarez, right?
I did, yes. No panic. It was a 5, but no
Good.
successes either.
No. Okay.
Shit. You want to put
As
it?
yeah,
Should.
you can push the roll if you want, Alvarez.
I feel like I should. I'm going to. I feel like this is some impending doom.
Fishing out more dice from the dice bag.
I feel if I leave the yellow ones to the side, I might not get them as much. Oh yeah. Oh God. 6 successes.
Oh my gosh.
6 successes.
6 successes?
Wow,
I think
that's incredible.
You pulled out your loaded dice, haven't you, Aaron?
Where were they this morning?
Alvarez
Brilliant.
sees everything.
Wait, take a
Okay,
picture of that. That's got to be like used as promotional material.
So,
Fuck yeah!
Lou and Dubov,
You see with your supplies.
as you are moving, I'm assuming you're going around. Once you can see the map, so you're going around. So are you going up and over? I mean, these things it's very difficult to swim in actually. So you're probably having to walk around the outside.
Right.
You get some glimpses of some shapes, sort of flitting in and out of the light, but nothing near you. But there's definitely things flitting around the base in the water.
Okay. What is that big, heavy black lined box
That
there?
one.
Yeah.
That's part of the key. So forget about it.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I'm like, okay, so we're heading towards that thing. What is it?
No, there's nothing there.
Okay.
So you're heading for here. This
Okay.
airlock. Yeah. Alvarez and Olga, as you're coming across towards the old station, you can see as you approach. Now the old station is ordinarily pressurized. You can see that the side has been smashed in. You don't know how long ago, and it's totally flooded inside.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
But there's a gap in the wall that is big enough for you to climb through.
Seems reasonable. Yeah.
I believe this will do.
As long as the water hasn't damaged the batteries.
Well, that is a concern I have, but I believe that we make these things to last here in the UPP. We don't build in obsolescence.
I'm not sure the state of the station.
Reasons.
Okay, so inside there is a bit of a mess. Now you've got lights on with a power of 2. I'm going to need a power roll for both of you with your lights, please.
Is it the normal 1 drops of power kind of thing?
That's correct. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And we have 2 power on our lights.
Yeah.
That's what you said? Okay.
Yes.
I'm just
Yep.
making sure that I put it in correctly too. I'm using the Roll20, which has an excellent character sheet for Alien RPG. Ooh, I got a panic roll on my my power supply, so I go down.
Okay, so you lose 1 point. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get in there. You can rummage around. As you're doing that, it takes you probably a turn to actually find the batteries that you're looking for. They're there. They've obviously been in the water, but yeah, you suspect they're probably still okay. Lou and Dubov, yeah, you managed to get without too much trouble to the airlock entrance, which takes about a turn. Now, as that's happening, inside Fam, you are in the monitoring with Anya.
Yep.
And Kiang, you're also with what's her name? Del Campos, and Frankel is with you as well, waiting. Kiang is still in the command center, and you hear this God Almighty scream from him, going, "No, no, no!" and then nothing else.
Oh,
man. You don't hear that over comms. The guys outside don't hear that. This is him, his echoing voice coming through the dark, wet tunnels and corridors to you. But you hear a scream like that, and then it's cut off very, very sharply.
Well, yeah, I think I would probably run down, hearing the scream, probably run down to the door right where your cursor is, and try to shut that and perhaps find anything to barricade it with.
Yeah, okay, you can shut that. If you a contact roll and you could lock it, seal it shut. If you have contact.
I do.
As you're doing that, I'll let you make the roll first.
2 successes.
Yeah, okay, so it slams shut, and you could reopen it, but you've locked it pretty securely. As you were doing that, you could hear something coming along this corridor, and the shadow darkens the corridor here as you're at the door. There is a panel in the door that you could look through if you wanted to stop and look at this thing as it approaches, or you can run. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I think as the door shuts, I'm going to peer through.
Okay, you see something that does look, it looks like the texture of a jellyfish, but with almost combined with the shell of a squid. It's got many tentacles that it's sort of pulling itself all along the walls with. You've never seen anything like this at all. It's a really weird creature. As it's coming down, the lights around it seem to dim, and it seems to build in a bit of, sort of fill out with, look like somebody taking in a big breath of air, but you can't tell whether it's got a mouth or anything. Take a point of stress, please. As it comes to the door, and you can see its tentacles and its pincers and everything on the door. And as it does that, all the lights on the inside, all the control lights, begin to dim and go down.
Does the door stay shut?
The door is still shut at the moment. The lights are still on, but they are dimming. If you imagine, again, like the week before you watched the Star Trek movie in the housing thing, you watched an old 20th century film called Terminator, and the light looks like the eye blinking when they crushed the Terminator at the end of that horrible, decadent movie.
Oh boy. If we lose power, we risk losing life support. Do we still have access to maintenance?
Yes, mate. You're on the right side. Yeah, maintenance is on this side. Yeah, here.
Would there be any like emergency air supply tanks or anything?
Yes, I think so. Definitely.
Okay.
And probably emergency power packs as well, I should think.
Yeah, I think probably want to grab somebody else and run up and grab basically anything that looks useful out of maintenance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Frankel will come along with you. Del Campos is just kind of like in her own shell. She's kind of become a bit panicked, not really believing what's going on. Yeah, okay, back to the others. So everybody else who's been outside, I need you to make air rolls, please, because you've had a turn of activity.
So we have 2 from the supply that we have right now, or is it 1?
Yeah. No, it's 2, and then I think you've all taken a backup supply as well, haven't you?
Does this work the same as power?
Yeah, it works exactly the same as power, yeah.
Okay,
All
I've
right,
lost
no
it
one.
there.
Yep. I have exactly 0 failures and 0 successes, so it's just.
Yeah, it's as you were. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, so Diego and Olga, you find these batteries. They're quite heavy. They cost an encumbrance each. There's 3 of them there.
How many do we need?
Well, normally it would have 3 batteries to fully charge it, fully run it, but you might get away with 1 potentially.
One each.
Bring one each at least.
Yeah. How much?
We should grab as many as possible.
How much encumbrance are they? They're 1 weight each or 2 weight each?
They're one weight each.
I'll take 2.
Okay, so they're 1 encumbrance each, and there are 3.
Pardon?
Or how many are there? How many
There
are
are
there?
3 in total. 3.
Okay.
Yep, 3 in
all
total.
right. Well, Alvarez says that he's taking 2. That's fine. I will take 1.
Okay.
But
cool.
I would say to Alvarez, if you cannot take the weight, comrade, please feel free to hand me one. I have I'm under my encumbrance limit.
I'm fine at the minute. I'll pass it off if I struggle.
Okay. As you finish
No, please.
getting that all together, I've got the map up here again for you. So the gap in the wall is here. As you turn back to it, you can see a load of tentacles have come in either side of this, and something big outside is squeezing its way in.
Can we get to the airlock?
Are there any other
So
exits?
I need initiatives, please. So I will give you cards. So Olga, you get a 10. Sorry. Diego, you're on 6 again. And this thing goes on 5.
No.
And 8.
Okay.
So it's seen the pair of you. It's 1, 2, 3. It's going to go for Olga. 4, 5, 6. It's going to go for Diego, and it's going for Olga. So it squeezes through, and almost like a cork popping out of a bottle. It's just kind of squeezed through, and it flies across the room. Unspeakably fast pace. And I need you to roll a d6 for the signature attack, please.
Okay.
If you're content to roll it, I'll roll it if you'd rather.
Yeah.
But...
No, I have. Don't worry. I got this. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. I can share screen if you want to, but it's a 1.
As it comes towards you, it's kind of like its skirts sort of open up, its tentacles spread out, and you get this enormous blast of bioluminescent light suddenly the inside of the chamber is lighter than it's ever been before. It's glaringly light. It's flashing and different colors. You both gain +1 stress, and you both need to make a wits roll, a straight wit. Straight wits you can't push, or you are stunned by this display.
So no.
Please be good.
Oh, no stress for this. This is
No stress.
This is a straight wits roll. No stress. You can't push.
Nothing.
Wow, I'm really rolling well tonight. I really hope I'm not jinxing it, but shit.
So, did you succeed there, Paddy?
Mhm.
On the roll, on the wets roll. Okay, so Diego, you are stunned by this bright light. So you lose your slow action for your round, and it is your action. Alvaro.
I will.
But you only have a fast.
I will run to the airlock.
You're running to the airlock.
Yeah.
So the route to the hole in the wall is clear now. If you wanted to make.
Oh, it's clear. So, yeah, no, I'm going for that hole there.
Yeah. Because this thing has come across and is kind of like doing this display at Kramarenko, but you are obviously affected by the light just like she is.
Okay.
It gets its next action, and so it's having done its whatever the display is for. Is it intimidation? Is it kind of a mating ritual or something? Who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a mating ritual? Good God, I feel flattered.
Poor Olga.
But it's attacking Olga again. So roll a d6, please, Olga.
Oh, fuck me.
I think it's trying, apparently.
Yeah, no, you know what? If I were playing literally any other character, I might be interested. But Olga's a
if you were playing a bioluminescent octopus squid thing, then yeah, it might be just what you're after.
Yeah. No, you know, most of my characters would be into this, but I think Olga's like, fuck this, I want to get out, and I rolled a 3. So I really hope that's conducive to me living.
We got a great suggestion. Just hug it, and it might go away.
You might get that.
Yeah,
option.
right.
Like,
hug it out.
Having done this huge display and opened up all this these kind of skirts of jellyfish-like stuff, this all comes in and envelops you in one big go. It gets an attack with 7 dice. Okay, it hits for 3 damage. But for each point of damage, your power in your torch is reduced by 1. So your torch loses 2 points of damage and goes out. And then you take 1 point of damage. 1 point of damage yourself.
Do I have an
you do, but this goes through that.
It's kind of right. Armor.
Sort of sucking the energy out of you is what it's doing. So you are now in pitch darkness in this room, and you take 1 point of hit point damage as well, as it's kind of draining your own.
No bioluminescent display anymore.
No, you've had that. Unfortunately, you didn't look impressed enough. I guess
we went straight from the honeymoon into the fucking years of marriage.
But it's now your action, Olga. It's your action.
Yeah. Am I grappled? Can I swim away?
No, you're not grappled. It's kind of it's done this embrace, and it was a hug, and it's kind of let go.
As delightful as this hug has been, I do have my job to do, and you know what? We will talk. You got my number. It's okay. but like
okay,
so in character, my character's like, Blat! Fuck this shit! And rolls mobility.
If you're making a run for it, you need to make mobility, because it's engaged range. If you fail the mobility roll, it will get a attack on you as you run.
2 successes, 1 panic. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that panic for you.
Roll the panic.
Damn straight. I got a 4. That's like the lowest possible score with my stress level.
Cool. Yeah, so you cope with it. That's fine. You manage to duck under his tentacles and get away as it's lashing at you. It is very dark in here. You can just about follow the glimmer of Diego's light ahead of you. But otherwise, remember, you've got no light at all now.
Yeah.
Next round. It's action again. So it turns and it isn't happy with the fact that you're trying to escape, Olga. So it's coming for you and it's going to make another attack on you. So please roll your signature attack dice.
Okay. You're really making my scenario hard, huh?
Okay, again, it wants more hugging.
Shit. This is just karma.
Okay,
This is karma being a bitch.
But this time, as it's trying to turn, it's very big. It's about 10 or 12 feet long from tip to toe. As it's trying to turn in what is quite a confined space with all the stuff inside that's been messed up by it being flooded, it flails and it misses you as it comes around to try and get you. It's Aaron Alvarez, your action.
I can't really do. I'm going to continue on outwards towards the sub.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, look, I want to help everybody else. I'm sorry, Olga. Priorities. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Star Trek taught me this a couple of weeks ago.
This is in the manifesto. You should have been taught this at an early age.
As you say, the needs of the many. The needs of the people.
I think hearing this, my character's like, "Da, yapanimayo."
It's not your action yet, I'm afraid, Olga, because it goes again as you're running, and it's attacking you from behind again. Please make your signature attack roll.
I've seen enough hentai to know how this ends. 4.
You have noticed as it's been kind of hugging you, on the inside of all of its tentacles, it's got little barbs and hooks that are really sharp, but it hasn't been using them on you when it was doing the hugging kind of attack. This time, it seems really pissed with you, and these are now slapping at you with these things, and it's kind of tearing at your armor, at your suit. So it gets an 8 dice attack.
Oh no.
Okay, no. You take 3 points of damage. You can roll your armor to try and mitigate this.
Oh yeah, damn straight I will. What is my armor ranking in this
4.
Cool thing?
It's 4.
Oh, sweet. All right. And is armor one of those things that you can use a story point on? Oh, I got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
I think it is if you wanted to. So your armor takes 1 point of damage from the attack as it's trying to rip through it to get to you. So your armor is now 3.
Okay. And do I get do I take down 2 damage, or is that?
Nope. So the armor's the protective element of the armor dealt with that damage, but the other point of damage damaged the armor. If you see what I mean. If your armor goes to 0,
that makes perfect sense.
Your suit is breached and you die instantly. Just so you know.
Yeah, that about pans out. Yeah.
And it's your action, Olga, at the end of the round.
I'm a swim. Is this a mobility?
It is another mobility to get away from engage range. Yep.
I'm gonna swim for my fucking life. And honestly, you know what? Hell, I'm using my story point. I'm using my story point from earlier. Using it right now.
You can roll first, though, Olga.
Away.
So you can roll first and then choose to use your story point afterwards.
I did roll first. I chose to use
okay, fair enough. So now you're using your story point. Okay, yeah. Right, so yeah, you're moving away as quick as you can. It doesn't get to have an attack on you as you're escaping. Okay, moving quickly back. Liu and Dubov, you're probably hearing this over the comms. I guess as is Fam as well.
Free hugs.
And you are just at the airlock to the submarine bay. So I guess are you going through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Cool. Okay. That takes 3 rounds to cycle.
Okay.
And you can come in. That's fine. Fam, when you get to maintenance, there's plenty of spare air and spare power there if you wanted them, so you can take as many as you can carry. In effect.
Yeah, I'd grab one. And who? I'm sorry. Who did you say came with me?
Frankel did.
I think we'll say Frankel, you look pretty strong. Why don't you grab as many as you can carry too, and let's make our way back down to monitoring. I have an idea. And out of character, when I looked through the window of the door when it was closed, was the whole jogging track area, was that all flooded?
No, not at this point. Nope.
Okay. Can I look down that hallway to see if the door is still safely shut?
You can. The door is open, but you can't see anything else. All the power lights along the side are all dead. They're all out, and the door has, I guess, on some sort of automatic thing, has opened itself. But there's no sign of anything, any creature.
All right. Well, I don't like my plan anymore.
Okay.
I am going to run over to where Anya is and say, "Come on, we have to move. This area isn't safe anymore." And I'm going to try to get into the security office.
Yep. You can do that. Yeah, absolutely. You can shut the bulkhead behind you if you want.
Oh yeah. Yep, I'm shutting it.
Yeah, Frankel and De Campos come with you as well. They're not staying behind on their own.
Yep.
Well, Frankel's kind of carrying the power that you gave him, and then he's sort of dragging De Campos along because she's pretty much out of it at the moment.
Yeah, and I think kind of holding up in the security office waiting for the elevator is about as safe as we can be for the moment.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Right. Next round for you guys. 5. This creature is not giving up on you, Olga, and it's swimming up behind you, and it's going to make another attack.
Good God. So clingy. I'm going to get a restraining order on this motherfucker if this keeps up. All right, so I roll now, yeah. 1d6.
Yes.
4 again. Fuck my life. Fuck it all.
4 again. Okay. Again, it keeps coming in with these tentacles slapping at your suits, trying to hit you. This time it hits for 3 damage again. So you've got 3 points of armor. You do want a success here, otherwise it might be bad.
Yeah, I don't imagine that having no successes would be okay. I have a story point remaining, and you said earlier that I could use it on armor. I did not get a single success.
No, okay.
I'm using my last story point to stay fucking alive.
Yep. Okay. So your armor takes 2 points of damage, but you've got 1 point of left in your armor as bits of it has been shredded off and are being left floating in the water around you. Aaron, Diego, it's your action.
I will continue onwards towards the sub airlock.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just have a look to see how long that's going to take you. Ooh, wrong way. Right. So I think we're looking at.
I've been on an underwater planet all my life, so I think I'm a good swimmer, just in case it affects your opinions there.
I'm just thinking, how many zones is it today? I think from the actual old station, it's probably 4 zones to reach the airlock. So you did 1, 2. So you're probably approaching. Actually, I think you'll get to the entrance for the end of this round.
That suits me perfectly fine.
but you're still outside at the moment.
Okay.
Olga, you are going to be about halfway there, following behind. Right, it's their action again. So this thing is desperate to get you, Olga, and it's making another attack.
Yeah, really seems to be super clingy. All right, fine. I'll roll. Fine. Okay, this is well, fine. Wow, it's really taking a lot for the dice to roll in this system. You're fucking kidding me. No.
So 4 again.
No! It's another 4. No!
Okay, you get 8 dice attack.
Oh no, that's not good.
Hang on. No, hang on. Yeah, there's no... I'm pretty bad at doing this, but there are no 6s.
Oh,
It misses you.
what? Whew.
It misses. And it's your action, Olga.
Oh my.
Oh god. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, actually this is difficult for me. Do I swim away only to incur the wrath of this creature and get dragged back one more time, or do I make a final stand here? I think somebody has to speak as to what has transpired down here. And I think that I'm deciding that this is not my stand. This is not the final action that I make. I'm going to start swimming away. If only that somebody can take testament to the events that have transpired here. And I'm making a mobility check.
You make a mobility check, yeah.
Fucking 4 successes and 1 panic.
4.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh
roll
my
your
God.
panic.
I mean, you can literally hop into the Roll20 to see what I'm rolling, because I'm rolling in the Roll20 that I invited you to. So I'm not fucking around here.
I didn't think you were.
But my panic is a 9.
9. Okay. Yeah. So you drop an item. I think you probably drop the battery that you're carrying.
Yep.
Whether by stress, confusion, or the realization you're going to die. Your stress level does go up by 1 in doing that, though. But you drop the battery and it lands in the water on the surface behind you with a little of watery mud and dust.
I've got a combat knife that I'm holding.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I think you've dropped the battery. Probably. That's fine. Yeah, but you managed to. So you're now closing in on the airlock as well, where Alvarez is. And it's the next round. Okay, guys, on the inside, you know that these guys are now quite close and they're now outside the airlock. If there's anything you wanted to do.
Yeah, get into where the sub is and then be able to shut the chamber so that they can come in next. And all we can see is Alvarez, right? So far.
Oh.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, so you could start cycling the airlock for them. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and do that and get it ready. And I myself will head over to the sub after that starts cycling. And Dubov is, I don't know, standing there.
Yeah. What do you do, Dubov? You're muted, Doug.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to. So we're both in with the sub?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. You're both inside. Yep. So this bay is, you've got the airlock that you've come through. You go into it. The submarine is on its plinth, on its stand. There are airlock doors at the top. So when you want to go, you would then flood the bay, open up the roof, and then the sub would rise out, which is the design in here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to take a look around and make sure that everything's in working order, and make sure that Alvarez can get in. And
Sorry, I had a connection error for a minute. Did I miss anything?
Not yet.
No,
Nope.
I think you're okay. Yeah, so I think you started the airlock early. So
Yeah.
one round of it cycling has already passed.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to look at the submarine, then make a roll of some description.
Okay.
Heavy machinery, I think, to see if it's in
Heavy
working.
machinery. Sure. Let me
See what kind of order it's in, because it hasn't been used probably for a number of years.
Yeah. Let me get you some. One success.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be in. You can't see anything that suggests it's not in working order. It doesn't
Okay.
have any batteries fitted, obviously.
Sure.
But
Right.
and there are slots with 3 batteries to be fitted on it. But again, you think that a single battery might be enough to get you to the surface.
Okay.
It's one of these big sort of domed bathysphere things that
Sure.
it's quite small. It's definitely only a 2-person vehicle. You're not going to fit a 3rd person in and shut the bulkhead.
Right.
But it looks in reasonable order. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking around for tools so that we can hook up the batteries when they come in.
Yeah, I think you could find some tools here that will give you a bonus to doing that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, and like wrenches and other stuff. Kim, as you are holding up in the security room, you can hear what sounds like something scratching at the bulkhead. And this is an emergency bulkhead for flooding, so there's no window in it. But you can hear on the other side, a bit like the sound that my cat makes when it wants to come to the bedroom. Constant, irritating scratch, 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 scratch.
All right. I'm gonna direct everyone to get towards the back of the security office, away from the door as far as possible. And I'm going to turn and say to Frankel, I'm going to say, you may not have seen it. It's an old one, but when I was a young child, I remember as a family we used to watch this old movie about sharks called Jaws, and sometimes it would seem that sharks were vulnerable to being blown up with air tanks. If this thing comes through the door and tries to get at us, I think we need to maybe throw some of these supplies at it. Maybe it'll, engulf it like it did my arm, puncture it, and hopefully that'll do something, because I think if this thing gets through the door and we don't stop it, that's it.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
I love the idea. Yeah. Frankel is like, okay, if you say so. Yeah, we don't have much choice if it gets through that door, do we? And then you hear a clang as something really hard and heavy hits the door. Okay, back out into the water. You can see that the airlock is cycling, but it's going to be 2 more rounds before it opens. And this thing is, again, heading in your direction. But as there's now 2 targets, it sees the 2 of you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6. It's going for Diego this time. Diego, it's coming for you. Make a D6 roll for your signature attack.
Okay. 2.
2.
And this is what he did to me last time.
You feel a very familiar pattern to the attack that it's making towards you, as the tentacles is kind of spinning around as his tentacles are grabbing you. It makes a 8 dice attack. Okay, gets 1 success. So you take one point of damage, which your armor can mitigate.
Yep. Which it does not.
Okay, you take 1 point of damage to your own hit points, not the armor. You must make an immediate panic roll as you are dragged away from the away from the airlock that's about to open for you. You drop the items you were carrying.
8 in total. So that's my spare air and my 2 batteries gone.
Okay.
But you're
and
inside the bulkhead, right? So they've fallen, but they haven't fallen outside the station.
no, the airlock hasn't opened yet. So the inner airlock
fuck.
is now
Never mind.
refilling with water. Because the other guys just went through it and obviously emptied all the water. They're now having to cycle it to open for you to get in because it's got to fill with water. So the airlock is currently filling.
Into the deep.
Did you roll 8 on a
Yes, I
stress,
did 8.
on a panic? So that's tremble. So I think you drop everything because you're trembling. You get -2 to agility from here on in until the panic goes.
Okay, so that's a 1 now.
And I also, for both of you, need a air roll, please, because you've been out in the water for some time.
I have one dice left.
And same for you, Olga. Air roll, please.
Yep.
I'm fine.
From that air roll. Oh, actually, I had 2, and they're both successes, so that's all right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's only ones on these rolls that you need to worry about. Aaron, it's your action.
Did it just drop me off like it did before?
Yes, exactly. He picked you and just dumped you in the dirt.
Okay, I'm swimming back towards the airlock, I guess.
You can get back to the airlock. That's fine. Its next action is it's having dropped you off. It's kind of swum and done a circle, a bit like a fighter plane turning around to come and strafe again. And its second action is it turning and heading back in your direction. You can now see it. You can see there's a little bit of bioluminescent lights, all these flashing whites and yellows and reds. You can see it in the darkness. You can just see the lights flashing, but they're definitely coming in your direction. It's Olga's go on 10s.
Olga doesn't have lights on her armor. She's down to 1 armor. She's got very little oxygen left. But the batteries are sinking before her very eyes.
Could you turn one on and try and use it as a lure for the creature? Was it not attracted to the power earlier, to yours?
It's attracted to power, yes, but I'm just narrating what's going on in her head. She's not actually saying this.
Well, so
She's gonna dive for them. She's gonna swim after them. There's no way that we're getting off this without those batteries. So
you're on the surface. So all they've done is landed on the ground before you, so they're not sinking away from you. So this is basically like a flat.
Fuck
flat
that,
seabed,
man! I'm just gonna
pretty
grab them. And put
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the seabed. Cool. I thought they were like sinking into the dark depths, and I was like, shit. Better have some abyss
That's a nice
bullshit
idea.
up
That's a
here.
nice idea for an adjustment. Actually, have this floating above the bottom, so you are swimming. Not now. I'm not going to change it now, but it's been on the bottom. So, but that would be quite goofy as well, wouldn't it? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that would be fucked. That'd be super fucked, and I'm glad that that's not what we're dealing with. All right, so I'm gonna swim towards them. Is this a mobility check?
No, you don't need to do that. You've reached the airlock. You can pick them up from the floor at the airlock with your action.
Okay, I grab them and I hop in the airlock.
No, the airlock's not open yet. It's got one more round of it to cycle before the door opens. So you're waiting there, like tapping, twiddling thumbs, waiting for the airlock to open whilst this thing is around. That's the end of the round. So inside, Lou or Dubov, do you want to do anything whilst this is going on outside?
Get in the sub and make sure everything's okay on the interior. Controls are, buttons can be pushed and levers can be pulled.
Yeah, it all looks pretty good.
Rudders are turning.
Well, they will when they've got some power, I guess.
Okay. So just like doing maintenance, like
a pre-flight check or something.
I'm just gonna be right there, ready to open that airlock as soon as the cycle's done, so I can get them in with these batteries as soon as possible.
Okay, cool. And Kim, you can see that the bulkhead is buckling under the onslaught of this thing from the other side. It won't take long before this thing breaks up. The Anya is cowered in a corner, not screaming, but kind of screaming silently. Del Campos is sort of with her and is obviously terrified and is too terrified to act. Frankel is just being, trying to find reserves of resolve to face this thing, but is shaking and is obviously terrified. And then there's you, of course.
Yeah, I'm certainly not comfortable right now, but I think I know for the sake of protecting Anya that I have to basically hold my ground and be ready to toss this air tank when this thing comes through.
Okay. I'm going to draw an initiative card for you, Kim, because I think this round you might be needing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you go on ones. Okay, so as that round ends, the bulkhead shatters and you can see tentacles coming through, but it hasn't moved into the room yet. You have an action if you want it, Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the tank.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be a ranged combat roll. I'm going to give you -2 because these things aren't really designed to be used as kind of weapons. And I guess you're trying to get it interested in it, aren't you? Because you want it to crush it up or crunch it.
No successes, but I'd like to use my story point.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So you chuck it down the corridor to where the bulkhead is. Yeah, it's right in amongst the tentacles. 5 is its action. Let's stick with Austin for the moment. Can you roll a d6 for a signature attack to see what it's going to do with this thing you've just chucked at it?
2.
Okay. It forces its body kind of into the room, and it's doing what it has done to Alvarez, which is sort of grab him and sling him. But what it does is it grabs the tank and it slings the tank back at you. So
maybe it's seen the same films.
Yeah, right.
I'll leave that there for the minute. But it's really inaccurate. It's also got no idea how to throw something out of water, and this just bounces off the ground in front of you and sort of spins past you and hits the wall behind you. The one who is out in the water is coming back and is going to choose between Olga and Diego. And it's Fred, the love affair is rekindled, Olga, and he's coming for you. Can you make a signature attack roll, please?
Darling, please, let's save this for the afterglow. What the hell? I keep rolling 4s. This dice is loaded. This is unfair. I'm calling bullshit.
Oh no. It's just another 4. Okay.
I'm just straight up gonna die.
It gets to attack with 8 dice. Okay, it gets one success. It gets one success, which is 1 point of damage to your armor.
But
now,
do I get to roll armor first or no?
Yeah. So if you roll a 6 on this armor dice, you live.
Right? Wish that I had a story point left.
Is that a 6?
I got a 6! Oh my god, I got a 6. I literally got a 6.
Okay, excellent.
Unbelievable.
There's basically nothing left of this suit. Yeah, it's been torn apart. There are bits floating in the water, but it's still holding its integrity enough to not tear open and keep the water out. 6, Alvarez, your action. You've just got to wait to the end of this round, and that door is going to open.
Could I get to one of the batteries and try turning it on and lobbing it off into the distance?
Yeah, they're just on the floor by you. So I think you can definitely do that, yeah.
Are we thinking these things are attracted by energy? With it draining the power stuff?
It's quite possible. but I don't think my character.
You know what? Sod it. I'll give it a go. What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, I'm going to make you make a Comtech roll to turn this on to see how effectively you kind of make it
Okay.
be an attractive target.
I have reasonable contact. So that's 7 contact. And 3 stress. 4 stress. Okay. We have got 1 success, no panics.
Okay, that's it's not
Great.
terribly thing. So how am I going to judge this? Okay, I'm going to make that roll and see if it gets any successes. Okay, it gets 1 success there. Okay, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, it does distract it as it goes. It kind of fizzes and makes a bit of a display in the water, and it turns to that and crushes it, realizing that it's nothing exciting. It uses its action up, but it turns back, and next round it's going to come back for you again. But it's taken its second action this round by taking its attention. And you've got 1, I think you got 1 battery left, or you got 2?
Mm-hmm. 1 battery left. I think Olga dropped hers ages ago.
Yeah, but I grabbed the 2 that fell. So.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got 1 battery left here then.
Mm-hmm.
Olga, it's your action. 10s.
All right. So we've got the 1 battery left. That's all that matters. I'm going to get in position for the airlock, and it's not opening, right? Until the end of this round.
It opens immediately after your action ends.
Can I overwatch to get inside the airlock? I mean, you're laughing, so I'm assuming no.
Probably no. I'm just thinking. I'm laughing because it's a good but cheeky idea. So no, I'm gonna let you have that. I think, yeah.
All right, I'm overwatching to get inside the airlock, and that's
so you kind of fall in as it opens.
Yeah. I'm leaning heavy against it. I'm looking at this terrifying, translucent tentacle monster, and I'm like, yeah, no, not sticking around to find out how this one ends.
Aaron, were you grinning then because you think I'm being far too generous?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just checking it, but I was like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean,
GM's God.
Out there in the water with me, so of course Alvarez wouldn't like me popping on in.
Okay, next round, it's Kim. You go first. You're muted. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think you've got more of these. I think you've probably got 3 or 4 of them that you brought with you and that Frankel brought. If you wanted to try again.
Yeah, I think I gotta. I'm gonna yell to Frankel, "Trust me!" and grab it, and throw another one. It'll work.
Okay, make another ranged combat roll, please.
Again at -2.
Yeah, I think so because it's. No, I'll give you -1 this time. I think you've done it once, so you've now got a better sense of what you're throwing.
No successes, but I think I'll use that second story point.
Okay. Roll a d6 for its signature attack to see what it does with it.
4.
Okay. We'll come to that on its round, which is, well, actually, it's now. So its tentacles kind of grab it and slap at it and tear at it. And let's see, they've got 8 dice attack. Ooh. Okay, well, that's going to be enough. It basically tears this thing in half, and there's a compressed air explosion right next to it. You are probably going to be in the range of that as well, because it's quite close.
Okay.
So roll. I'll give it an 8 dice blast for that. Roll 8 dice for the attack on it from the explosion.
Three successes.
Ooh, okay. That was a nasty blast, actually. Yeah, so a couple of tentacles kind of get torn off by that explosion. You and Frankel are further away, so you take a lesser blast. Ooh, okay. Frankel takes 2 points of damage, and you take 1. But your armor, if you're wearing a suit, your armor can mitigate it. Are you wearing a swimsuit? Swimsuit. Are you wearing some speedos?
Honestly, I'm probably not wearing a suit. I didn't put one on after having my arm slung.
So that's 1 point of damage then from a bit of flying metal from that.
Okay.
But this thing, yeah, its tentacles get shredded that it was holding it with, and they sort of splat against the sides, and this horrible bloody goo comes oozing out. It didn't like that very much.
Good.
5s out in the water. So I think it's a equal. So 1, 2, 3 is going to go for Olga. 4, 5, 6 for Diego. This time it's coming
on into the airlock at this point.
It's going for Diego. So Diego, roll a d6, please. As this thing is coming, one last ditch attempt to get you.
Is it going to be a 2 again? That's the question.
Watch it be a 6 and just Diego's dead.
Oh my fucking god!
Is it 2?
Wait, our
You
dice
keep
are
rolling
actually-
4s, I keep rolling 2s.
This is unbelievable. I'm using a fucking computer program. This is not loaded dice.
Okay,
We're never getting that battery.
It tries to do exactly what it did last time, but it misses you. Oh god, gets no successes.
Good.
And it's your action, Diego.
I'm going in the bloody door.
Yeah, you go in and you can hit the button to cycle the airlock.
Did Olga fall in?
Yeah,
Olga's fallen in, yeah.
Yep. And see you later, squid machine thing.
Okay, the door goes and shuts. A couple of tentacles get sliced off with it as it's still sort of trying to come after you, but the door shuts and it starts to cycle.
So it takes three rounds to cycle? Is that what? Okay.
I'm taking one as a trophy, by the way.
That means we can kill them.
Yeah, okay. Dubov and Lou, is there anything you want to do? You've got a couple of rounds.
So can I? What are you doing?
I'm just waiting in the sub for someone to hand me that battery so I can get it hooked up.
Based on my notes, I see something wrong with one of the propellers on the submarine, and I call for Lou to come help me with it because I don't see something's not right here with the sub.
All right, I will go ahead and investigate it.
Lou, can you take a look? There's something wrong here with this rotor that seems to. Do you see that right there? And I'm gonna point to it and have Lou take a look at it.
All right.
Are you gonna? And at this point, I take out my switchblade and I say, "Hug this," and I go to stab him in the neck.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give. It's going to be an opposed mobility against observation to see whether you get a surprise attack, Doug.
Okay.
And if not, it'll go straight into initiative. But so your mobility, Doug, against your observation, Lou.
My God.
Against my observation? Oh, I get more dice than that then. Okay.
Obviously, it includes stress, everybody.
Yep. Here we go. Oh, no, I'm not going to get that.
Has Doug got a smile and many successes on his face?
2, 3. But I'll use a story point.
And make it 4.
To make it 4.
Okay, Doug, how many did you get?
I got 4 as well, and I've got 2 story points, so
you can spend a story point if you want.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
Okay, so Doug, you get an attack on Lou. It's +3 because he hasn't noticed you quickly enough.
Okay.
And it's close combat.
close combat. So I'm going to use, that's 3 plus close combat, that's 8. So that's 6, 7. Shoot, I keep losing dice.
That's fine. Drop them.
Yeah.
The sound of drop dice is a common thing nowadays, isn't it? Yeah.
So that's 11 plus 1 is 12.
I like what Thomas was saying on the chat. It's like, don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it.
So,
I'm eagerly awaiting the results of this.
1.
I had a feeling it was coming.
Out of character, I'm so here for this. In character, oh god, no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have, again, four successes.
4 successes.
Wow.
Okay. So the base damage of your knife is what?
1.
Okay, so that's 4 damage in total. You are wearing your suit still, aren't you, Lou? So
Yep.
you've got 4 armor against that.
Okay. Okay, so 2.
Okay, so you take 2 points of damage.
All right.
So you were taking 4. Your armor took 2 of them. So 2 go against your hit points.
Yep. Okay.
I need you guys need to draw a card for the next round. Okay, Doug. You're on
2.
food.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Lou,
Oh shit!
you're on Forrest.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Dubov, I knew it.
Okay, so we go back.
Once
to,
a criminal, always a criminal.
If you hadn't have been egging him on all game, this might not have happened.
Right, we go back to security and Kim Austin. It's your action.
How many oxygen tanks would have Frankel have grabbed?
So I think you've got 2 more next to you, and then the one that's behind you that the creature threw back at you.
Yeah, I'm going to keep slinging them.
Okay, yeah, make another ranged combat roll.
Kim, the truest comrade of all.
No successes, but I did get a 1 on a stress die.
Okay, roll your panic, please.
Oh no. It's 10.
10. Okay, you freeze. So as you're about to throw this, you know, you've blown a couple of his tentacles off, but you then just see tentacle after tentacle after tentacle come round, and then its body comes round, and you're about to throw this thing, but it's like, oh shit, kind of moment. Your stress level goes up by 1, as does poor Frankel's and everybody else in the room with you. And you just stand there like holding this thing, but can't bring yourself to throw it. It launches into the room, and it goes for you, Kim, instead of Frankel. So can you roll a d6 for its critical? Critical? We might not get that far for its signature attack.
6.
Okay. As it's coming towards you, its tentacles come together to kind of form a spike that is driven straight towards you. It attacks with a lot of dice. Okay, it only gets 1 success with all that, though. It does 1 point of damage, but it also does an immediate critical injury.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Are you broken as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 critical hits here. So can you roll D66 twice?
The first one is a 41. Second one is a 62.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay. 41. As these 4 tentacles that form the spike come towards you, they kind of split into 2. One of them goes straight into your leg, right into the big muscle in the thigh. And you scream as it just tears that muscle to shreds. The second one goes straight into your chest, and it's rupturing your aorta, and blood starts to spurt out as you fall back. You're going to die in 5 seconds unless Frankel can save you, which seems unlikely. You fall back, this blood splurting through your fingers as you're trying to hold it in. Frankel looks at you in horror. Anya screams at seeing her guardian angel falling, and it's 5s, which is no, that's them. So the thing outside is not doing anything. Aaron, it's your action, but there's not a lot you can do in the airlock unless you come up with something imaginative.
I don't really. No, I guess I'm just waiting.
This is the first of 3 rounds, yeah.
Admiring my tentacle trophy.
Okay, cool. Doug, it's your action first between you and Lou.
I'm going to just try to keep stabbing Lou in the neck.
Yep. So it's a close combat attack.
Yep.
Lou, if you want, you can use your fast action to block.
Yes, I will.
So this becomes an opposed
All right.
close combat attack roll.
One.
3.
Okay, so that's 2 effectively hits then. So that's 2 points of damage, Lou. Your armor again, you get 4 points of armor to try and mitigate that.
2.
2? Okay, yeah, your armor takes it. We might as well do your action then, Lou, whilst we're here.
Okay. So what I would like to do is grab him by the hair and face slam him into the prop because I don't have any weapons.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Using the suggestion suggested by our lovely commenters.
From Thomas, yeah. Okay. So
does the people who are commenting, do they give me an extra die? Since I'm using their suggestion, no. Okay. Just checking because that's an assist. I thought that would be an assist.
So, Dibbo, are you going to try and resist this? You've got a fast action left if you want to try and block it.
Yeah, I would definitely like to.
Okay, so I think this is going to be another opposed roll, close combat. But Lou, because you are trying to use a weapon that isn't in your hand, I'm afraid I'm going to give you a -1 die.
That's fine. I'm willing to try anything once, twice if I like it.
I respect that energy.
All right, 3.
Ooh.
I only got one success.
Okay, so yeah, Lou, you've got him. You've bashed his head or some part of his body anyway against this thing. It's going to be damage 1, so that's 2 points of damage, Doug.
Okay.
From that, but again, your armor can take that. You've got 4 dice of armor.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Grab those.
Come on, take that propeller to the face.
I got 1 success.
Okay, so you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Cool. So hang on.
I'm probably going down.
So
next
I get like a little bloody nose, and I'm just gonna smear it, and that's all you got.
Hey, I didn't have to use a knife. I didn't have a weapon. I improvised, so that makes me better than you.
Right, moving back to ones, Austin. The others don't have a chance to try and save you because this creature is now tearing Frankel apart. You have a chance for one last dying comment before Kim dies.
So I imagine there's probably a lot of blood in my mouth and coming out of my mouth, among other areas of my body that have been destroyed by an alien. And I'm going to say, 'tis just a flesh wound.
Excellent. Good,
There's a lot of appetite for evil Western films in the UPP. I'm noticing.
There is, isn't there? Obviously, there's a very, very vibrant black market in the UPP.
Yeah.
So that's them. So yeah, we're just into PvP right now, aren't we? Josh, you're dead. I'm afraid. Sorry about that.
That's the glory of later.
Doug, it's your action. This is round 2 of the 3 rounds of the airlock cycling.
So Alex just mentioned in the chat that my knife actually has a damage of 2, which it says 1 on my character sheet. So I just want to say that Lou kind of got a little break early on. So
I think I think I might have made it 1 because I thought 2 for a switch knife was too big.
Oh,
see
that becomes
GM rules.
Well, that becomes So I'll use an example. In some of the playtesting I've been doing for the Colonial Marine stuff, one of my players uses a shovel as a weapon.
Yeah.
And he's got very good close combat. It makes the shovel more dangerous than a pulse rifle. So
Oh wow.
you can
yeah.
nerf that.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm afraid it's only one, Doug. Sorry.
All right. I'm going to.
Sorry, Al.
So he just knocked my head into propeller.
This shot fella, yeah.
I'm going to try to reach around and then try to stab him again with my switchblade because why not?
You should. I think you're going to finish me off here.
Okay, so it's a if you're going to
And I can block.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
close combat versus close combat.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Josh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I got nothing, bro. Those
Five successes.
5. Okay, nothing. So that's
I mean,
5.
it's when you're just like rolling almost 13 dice at a time.
So, Lou, that's 5 damage. Your armor got 4 dice to try and mitigate that.
Only mitigated 1.
Okay,
I'm broken.
You take 4 damage. You're broken. Doug, do you want to roll the D66 for the critical on?
Oh, I would love
on
to.
Lou.
33.
33. Broken ribs. So it's not fatal, but you are broken. So you're down.
Yep.
So there's 1 round left of the cycling of the airlock. Doug, if you want to finish him off, you need to fail an empathy roll.
Okay.
Roll empathy and get no successes. Because basically, this man is now totally defenseless. You're going to put a knife just into his neck. And that's quite a hard thing to do.
Just a straight up empathy?
Yeah, and if you get any successes, you're too empathetic to do it. You can't finish him off.
With my stress?
No stress.
No stress. Okay, good. Because I only have 2 in empathy, so.
So don't get a 6 and you can kill him.
I got a 1 and a 3.
Okay, I'm afraid he finishes you off. Do you want to describe how you do that, Doug?
Yeah, I'm just going to look down and I'll be like, so much for hugging it out. And I just like, I just kick him in the face and hopefully break his hard enough that it breaks his neck.
Okay, well, you can kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm feeling really bad for Josh here. I feel like this is some personal stuff.
Well, suddenly I think we should.
What did I do to you, Doug?
Suddenly I think we should have at the start done the usual X-rated. Yeah, there might be scenes of torture in this. You know.
You just came on.
Well
so
played,
hard,
Doug.
I
Well
didn't
played.
realize.
Okay, so that takes your next round, and that's the point when the inner doors to the airlock open.
Were there windows?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
But as it opens, you then see the scene.
What
Lou on the floor with Dubov above him.
I'd be like, he just went crazy.
And you're the one holding the knife, you jerk.
I had to defend myself.
Wait, are we in the same room as Dubov and the
Yes,
deceased
you
Leo?
are.
Okay, cool.
I'll just bring up the map just for reference.
I wouldn't believe for a second that Lou had started on this. You know, while I might have been Dubov's alibi earlier, you know, Lou was my mate. And
so can you see the map, guys?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So you've just come through this airlock here, which brings you out into here, and this is where the action has happened.
What exactly has transpired here? Looks like
Lou was acting crazy. I don't know, something about just talking all sorts of gibberish. You know, like the patient that was in the med center,
Anya.
Remember Anya? Yeah, that's what Lou was doing, and like he started acting crazy. I had to defend myself.
Is this a contested manipulation? Because my character is absolutely the skeptical type.
I don't believe that Lou would go mental for a second.
I think in character you can believe what you like. Don't need to make a roll to tell you what you believe.
Okay. I think my character is disbelieving, but perhaps it's advantageous to have somebody who knows machines on the team. I say, do both. This is highly unfortunate.
It is.
Where is Comrade Kim and the others?
Comrade Kim?
Kim, da.
So you don't know that she's dead, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. I thought she's.
Go find her. Alvarez and I will go topside.
We.
Go
How can I
find
go
her.
find her? I'm in here with you all.
Da. I'm suggesting you leave.
Well, I'm suggesting I don't, and that I'll take you up so that we can open that elevator and get Kim up
Alvarez,
here.
the superior pilot. I'm sorry, you both.
Is he though?
Insofar as I'm aware, Alvarez has indicated to me that he can fly one of these things, or pilot it at the very least. Are you refusing a direct order from a superior officer?
I'm just saying that Diego, my buddy, my gambling buddy, and I'm gonna walk over and put my arm around him.
What you do outside of the jurisdiction of the secret police of the UPP is not my concern.
I'm just saying that my buddy Diego here
Gambling is capitalist activity, comrade.
might be out of commission or unable, and then I'm gonna try to put him in a headlock and try to take him out.
Dave, before he
Am
gets
I-
that far, check your message.
Yeah, I'm just reading it. I've
Am I
responded.
seeing this bullshit? This is some serious bullshit.
I'm not.
Comrade, friend, comrade, you pulling this bullshit. Fuck my life.
So did I hear right that Doug, you want to stick your knife into Diego?
I do. I definitely want to. Yeah. Well, I want to grab him. I kind of want to pretend that I'm reaching my arm around him like we're buddies, and then just try to.
Yeah. So I think it's entirely reasonable because Diego has said that he hasn't trusted you. That I think before we get to that, then we'll draw initiative and then see how it plays out.
Okay.
And Diego, there is a wrench nearby that you could use a fast action to pick up.
Yep, that sounds perfectly fine to me.
Okay.
There's definitely a hugging fetish underlined in this story somewhere.
Okay.
The hugging scenario.
Not intentional, but it's
Right. I'm now going to draw initiative. So, Doug, you are
Okay.
on.
Oh, of course I am. Of course I am. Of course.
Get fucked.
Diego, you're on 4.
Oop, oh,
Patty, you're on 6.
Fucking hell. All right. By the way, I'm just Pat. It's fine. You don't have to be
Okay.
full Patty.
So yeah, I think Diego, you've seen what's coming, and it's your action first.
all right, I'm going to take a big old swing.
Okay, yeah. So you can use your fast action to scoop up the wrench from the side, and then have a swing at Dubov. Dubov, you can try and block that.
Yeah, I'll try to block it.
Okay, I've got 2 successes and a panic. And the panic is 5.
Okay, you hold it together as you swing.
I have 1 success, but 2 panics.
So roll both panic and take the worst one, Doug.
It's a 9.
9. Okay, you drop an item.
Oh no!
So I think what's happened is Alvarez has hit you for 1 point of damage.
Actually, Dave, I'm going to throw on... Can I throw more than 1 story point on there?
I guess so.
I'm going to throw on 2 story points for 2 extra damage, please.
Okay, so that's 3 points of damage. Dubov, you drop your knife on the floor as this happens.
Mm-hmm.
You've got armor, so you've got 4 points of armor to try and mitigate that.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, so you take 1 point of damage still.
Okay.
Pat,
Duh.
it's your action.
Well, this is truly disappointing to me. I'm still, I believe, dressed in my regalia of the exterior. I'm still dressed up in my outside armor.
Yeah,
So,
you're all in your seats still. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot with my I've got my combat knife. I believe that's the only thing that I have external. I have a gun, but I don't think that I've had the time to prop that shit out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a hit with my combat.
Against whom?
Oh,
I hope Dubov.
Dubov
Alvarez.
Just to be clear, yeah, you know.
Just to be Hill, I am the good guy in this scenario.
By the way, you can hear over all of this action a dull clanking noise on the sides of this thing, of the sides of this bay.
So
there's something outside trying to get in.
Yeah, well, this is not great. This is a shitty time to have a fight, but you know what? Shit's happening. So I roll, and I get one success with my combat knife, which is unfortunate. I have a lot of ranks in close combat, and I only got a success on the very last stress dice, which sucks. But
Doug, you can try and block that, but it will use up your last action to this round.
Yeah.
No, I won't block it.
No,
All
okay.
right.
So yeah, let's
Two
hit
damage.
for 2 points of damage from the knife, but your armor gets to mitigate that again.
Oh, that's right.
Combat.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
I got one success on my armor.
So that's 1 point of damage goes through.
Sure.
Tens, it's your action, Doug.
I'm going to. So they're both fairly close to me.
They're both at engage range. Yep. Your knife is on the floor, and that will take a fast action to pick it up, but you've already used one action to try and block from Diego.
Right.
This is all you're doing.
So can I try to punch Diego?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, okay.
Just going to try to punch him in the face.
You can't block Diego because you used your fast action to pick up the wrench. Yep, go for the punch.
Oh, I got another die there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay, stop.
I roll like 13 dice at
one armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
I'm good at punching things. That's what I've realized.
I think you need the belt from Destroyer.
yeah. So that's going to be 4 points of damage going through.
That is me broken.
Roll the critical, please, Doug.
61.
Holy shit, you murderer!
Okay, you punch Diego really hard. He falls and lands on his neck on the propeller, and it slices his jugular open. And you land on the ground. You're going to die in one round unless you get medical attention.
Well,
You tried, brother. You tried.
I was trying to avenge you.
Next game, everybody kills Doug.
Yeah.
I was going to say if nobody else
We
did.
will not forget.
Never forget.
Uh,
Remember the can.
it's the next round, so it's Pat's action.
Yeah, I'm knifing this motherfucker.
There's 2 seats. There's 2 seats. I'm gonna try to
there's 2 seats, and you're not getting on one, bitch.
Who else is gonna drive you up this? Who else is going to
I'll pilot
drive
it
this?
myself. I
No,
got
you
one
don't know how to
success,
pilot
I'm
it.
pushing
It's you and me. You and me. We can both survive this.
4 successes total and 1 panic. I'm
Roll
rolling
the
that
panic. Did you want to block
is a
that,
9.
Yes, I would like to block that.
The panic is a 9.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Bye, bitch. Block this if you can. Go.
How did I roll no successes?
Oh no. Okay, so you take 5 points of damage from that.
Okay.
It's
Um,
all
Well, can I use a story point? I have one left.
You can use that to bring that down to 4, yeah.
Oh, that still doesn't help me. Never mind.
Olga, your stress goes up by 1 because as you do that, and in the melee, your knife gets pulled out of your hand, and as Doug turns with it, it flings out of the wound and flies across the chamber and lands on the floor on the far side.
So I'm broken at this point, by the way.
Okay, roll the critical injury then, Olga.
damn straight I will. All right, so I'm actually not going to use the roll 20s damage thing. I'm going to roll 1d6, and then I'm going to roll 1d6.
Okay.
It is a 26.
26. Slashed shoulder. So you can't use your arm if you are ever lucky enough to come round from being broken, Doug. But you're not going to die from that, but you are broken.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As that's happening, you can see on the far side, Olga, a little gap appear and a tiny little bit of water begin to come through the hull of this thing. It's your action. What are you doing?
Does anybody around me, aside from Doug, look like they're even remotely salvageable? Like, you know.
No, both Diego and Lou have bled out. They are very dead.
And there's water pouring in from the bulkhead.
It's not pouring. There's a tiny little bit of water. It's kind of really, really under a lot of pressure, but this is going to widen quite quickly.
You know, we could have worked together, and
Dubov does look like he's going to survive. I look down at Dubov, and I think to myself, this man has a chance of surviving this if I were to bring him into the ship. There's a good chance that he could walk away with this. He would get, of course, punishment because I am an agent, and he would not benefit from my bringing him back, but he would live. And I look at him, and I turn my back to him and walk into the ship alone.
Okay, the ship doesn't have a battery on it yet.
Have one battery.
You need to make a heavy machinery roll to insert the battery.
You know who's really good at heavy machinery rolls? Dubov. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
Dead person. That's you. I got 3 successes and 1 panic.
Roll the panic and don't fail.
Please be beneficial to me. That's it's a 9.
9. Okay, yeah, I think whatever tools you were using, you've dropped. Your stress goes up by 1. You've managed to attach the thing just as that rent begins to widen and water under extreme pressure is about to burst in. I need you to make a panic roll straight away, please.
Yeah. Fuck. This is not going to be pretty. I've got a lot of fucking stress. It's a 10. I got a 10.
Okay, you freeze. You're frozen by fear. Your stress goes up by another 1. Sorry. How long is this going to last? It's taking.
I literally have 8 stress now. It is impossible for me to roll anything that will not affect me.
Okay, at the moment, this rent isn't getting any bigger. The good old UPP build it to last is saving your life at the moment. Water is pouring in very fast, though. But if this opens up any bigger, then you're going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah, you don't say.
So you need to get in. So I need a mobility roll to get into the ship.
This is not good. My mobility is 3 and my panic is 8. I got a success, but 3 panics.
Okay, roll panic 3 times and take the worst results. It's not going to be good, is it?
This is not good. This is not good. 1, 2, 3. That's a 13, a 13, and an 11.
Oh, no. Okay, you as you see this rent begin to open even bigger, your brain just tells you to flee. and you jump down off the side of the ship that you're getting in, and you run as far as you can, which isn't very far. As the miles of pressure of water finally tear it open like a bag of crisps, and it all floods in, crushing you to death against the far wall, and you're shattered by the strength of the water, and nobody gets out alive.
You should have taken my deal, Olga.
Yeah, fuck you though. Better death than letting you on the ship.
Nice try, everybody.
Wow.
Good go. The last thing you see, Olga, is one of these things bioluminescing as it's coming towards you with the water crushing you
Hug
to death.
time.
For the last hug. The final hug.
That sounds about right.
Cool. Good
It
game,
should
everybody.
be called the Huggening.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh man.
Good game.
Wow,
Good
that
game.
was incredible.
Yeah, that was great.
So I will let everyone know that the link for this scenario is available on victoryconditiongaming.com. It's in the description of this video. Go and download it. It leads you right to a Google Drive, and you can download it and play it yourself. Hopefully, your players might survive a little bit better than ours did. But it probably didn't help that I had turned on everyone at the end. And
Seeing you killed 2 of them, Doug, after all.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you bitch, you
So-
absolute bitch.
It should be stated that my agenda was things are going badly wrong and it's time to get out. The only person you care about is Dr. Pham, who she already passed away. So I just want to make sure that I survive and that she does. But she's already dead. So I
Very dead.
wanted to make sure that I was the one that got out of on the submarine. So, and I knew there was only 2 seats.
Yeah.
So I had to, pare it down so that I was one of the last 2.
You played it exactly to your agenda, and honestly, like, so much fucking respect. It's not easy being the traitor in the game.
I mean, I'm just a simple man trying to get along.
No, you're not.
Simple man
That's how
trying to
Doug
make his
is in
way.
real life, people.
Wow, Josh!
That's aggressive.
Wow!
Just kidding.
Wow! But I'm going to tell folks that if you've watched all the way to this end and you haven't already, please hit that like button down below. If you haven't already hit subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. We really, all that stuff does greatly help us out here on the show. We love being able to showcase all of Alex's work, and we love to showcase all the folks that come on our show, especially Dave and Matthew from the Effect Podcast. Dave, do you want to tell folks a little bit more about what your content you put out with Effect?
Yeah, well, it's effectpodcast.org and effectap.org. We have a magazine channel where we talk about Swedish games, Free League games, world of gaming. So it's a variety of stuff, but focusing on Free League stuff generally. We have APs, a range of stuff on there at the moment. So we've got Alien, Symbaroum, Forbidden Lands, Coriolis. We're currently playing some Coriolis on there as well. And you can also find us on YouTube and Twitch, I think. Matt's the technical expert. But if you look us up on YouTube as just Effect Podcast with a K, all of our Effect is with a K, the Swedish spelling, you will find us there. And we are currently going through a weekly stream of Mercy of the Icons, where we're quite a long way through. But please feel free to come along and have a watch and join us there. And next week, we are on episode 1 of our new Alien the Colony stream, where I'm running a Alien campaign, colonist campaign. We had the session 0, so that's on YouTube if you want to look at that. But the first episode of that is next Thursday at 8:30 GMT. So come along and have a watch. It should be fun. Thank you.
Matthew wants to know who earns story points for that.
So you all earn story points in the first act. In the second act, Lou, I think you can have that. That's fine, even though you didn't get a chance to actually kill him. He was supposed to kill
I
you.
was waiting for the right moment. Yeah.
You were going to try to kill me?
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Glad I got
Yeah,
you first.
I was suspecting that you would pull that. I was like, oh well, maybe I'll get a minute to flip it on you, and it didn't. The dice were like, no.
No. The dice do decide the story, don't they?
Yeah.
Aaron, yeah, I think you definitely certainly made an effort to save everybody else, and your actions were driven by that, so definitely a story point then. Austin, yeah, you were trying to save poor old Anya the whole time.
All right.
Dubov, yes, I think that's absolutely fine. Yes, you need to get away. Olga, Pat, you did certainly try, and you did several times say, I must bear witness to these events, which is part of your agenda. So that's cool. Yeah, I think everyone gets a story point for that. That's great.
Back up.
Let's just, Aaron, what you want to tell folks a little bit about what you do for the alien community?
Yeah, sure. So I co-run a website called Alien versus Predator Galaxy, avpgalaxy.net. Well, I guess what don't I try and do in terms of content generation, but it's one of the first places to check for Alien and Predator news. We run a monthly, often bi-monthly podcast, and that's things like reviews of recent products, discussions of recent news, interviews with various people involved in making the franchise, a reality. Also run a YouTube channel, which is, again, video versions of some of the same stuff, but lore videos, let's plays of the various video games. And, of course, the website has an old-school message board on it. So, if you still want to live in the 2000s where it's nice and organized, rather than Facebook groups where you lose everything, come and join us, come and sign up. And we're just on everything, really, as AVP Galaxy, or Alien versus as in VS, Predator Galaxy.
Pat, if folks want more, Pat, where should they where can they find you? And your amazing art that you share on our VCG Discord quite regularly, which everybody is just mesmerized with.
Yes, thank you. Also, if you haven't dropped a link to your Discord, totally do, because you have a kick-ass Discord.
Well, thank you.
I'm all over the place. I've got a Twitter account, Facebook account, and a Discord though. I'm not sure. I think I may be in between Facebook accounts. Might be freshening that up. But Twitter, you can find me at Spider Queen Long. I am Diesel Shot Discord and the Diesel Shot Twitch stream. If you would like to follow us, please drop into the link that I've provided in the YouTube comments section for the Diesel Shot Discord. We have a lot of fun stuff going on. It's usually a little later in the day, so it doesn't interfere with you British folks over there at Effect. We actually had Dave on our channel for a brief moment, and it was a little late for Dave. So
it was okay. It's fine. I don't mind a late night once in a while. That's fine.
Yes, but like
cool.
we were trying to work with the community. We do a lot of Alien RPG content, but right now we're kind of taking a brief break from that. And we're doing a lot of Change Stars content, which is a Kickstarter we're planning on releasing in April.
Nice.
We have a website for it. We're working on the Kickstarter page right now. We just incorporated Diesel Shot, so there's a little bit of a process to the whole thing. But in addition to playing on Diesel Shot, I'm also a cast member on Garblog Games. They have a wonderful, thriving community. So if you Google Garblog Games, I'm sure you'll find readily a link to their Discord. I'm in their Discord. We're having a fun time. Fridays, I do Alien RPG as a regular cast member on Garblog Games. So check out Garblog Games, check out Diesel Shot, and stay tuned for Change Stars, which is our upcoming.
Excellent. Josh, thank you again for coming on and being a part of this. And
Always.
If folks want to know more content that you put out, where should they go?
You can find me at Halloweenville on YouTube and Facebook, and look for a new channel coming out called The Gaming Barbarian very, very soon.
Nice. Austin, can't thank you enough. You even got upgraded equipment for this actual play, and man, that's dedication right there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I listened to last session, and my audio was pretty rough. I couldn't do that again.
Well, it sounds very good now. So thank you so
Great.
much.
Yeah. Just a quick reminder for everyone to support your friendly local gaming store. I mean, that's how a lot of us got into this hobby.
Absolutely.
So, pay it forward to them.
Absolutely. Is there any friendly local game stores you'd like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to the Freakopolis Geekery in Whitehall, New York. The place is awesome. If you're in the area, check them out. Great store, great people.
Awesome.
So good.
Yeah, we've had the guys on a few times, and they're just great, and we should have them back on again here soon.
Yeah.
So, Austin, you're definitely everyone's invited back. I know Alex is working on another actual play or another scenario that he's just started. It might be a couple months before it's ready. You all are welcome back. If you'd like to see more of this cast, let us know in the comments, and we love to show off all the awesome work. Thank you to Alex for letting us play this and debut it. And like I said, if you're interested in playing this for your group, check out the link in the description for the victoryconditionedgaming.com website, or the link, so you can download it right there. Also, there's a link for, if you haven't picked up the Alien role-playing game off of Drive-Thru RPG, there's an affiliate link down there. It kind of helps. We get a tiny little cut for if you push it through that affiliate link. So thank you to anybody that does that as well. That's, I think, going to do it for this session. Appreciate everybody for joining us. The chat was very active. We love everyone that tunes in. We are so close to 3,100 subscribers. We're like one away. That's so crazy. But thank you so much. Yeah, and, absolutely.
Thanks to Doug for organizing and getting this all set up and having it running. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Dave, thank you so much for all the work that you guys that you do and prep and everything for these sessions as well. So, all right, let's cue the new outro. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you would be so kind, and make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe, all the YouTube jazz that we're supposed to do here. It really is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to support us more, you can check us out on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/victoryconditionedgaming. We have all sorts of Patreon perks, and it definitely helps support our show. Thanks so much.